Some of you may remember when it was Port Arthur and Fort William, but that all changed in 1970. Thunder Bay was born, and we're here for the Scotties. Back to back Scotties titles. Team Canada are your Canadian champions. Winners in 20 and 21. Team Einarson are looking to join an elite group and make it a three-peat. But they'll have that bullseye on their back. Everyone would be looking to overthrow the champions. Holly Duncan hopes she can be the first to beat Einarson and start her Thunder Bay stay on the right slider as Pool B gets underway this afternoon. It is Ontario, it is Team Canada, it is the Scotty continuing. And all of it happening here at Fort William Gardens. The second time the Scotties has been here. Third time that Thunder Bay has hosted the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. As we come inside on this Saturday afternoon and say hello, Canada, and welcome to our second day. Cheryl Cathy alongside. An update on Russ. Yes, he did test positive yesterday. Yes, he is in quarantine, and we hope to have him back in 5 days or so, maybe by Thursday. Update, Tracy Fleury. She remains in quarantine, and they say now probably Tuesday. Mark Lang, coach Saskatchewan, Penny Barker, may see him back tomorrow. Yes, Pool A got underway yesterday. One of the big questions, Emma Miscue. Stepping up to skip for Rachel Holman, who's with John Morris at the mixed doubles in the Olympics. Did she look comfortable? Yes, she did.
She very much did. And this is her first time skipping in the women's game and looked comfortable, very decisive, put the broom down in the right spot, made a couple great clutch draws to put 2 threes on the board.
And that leads to a win over Newfoundland and Labrador. So, as we say, for Emma Miscue, this is only the third time she's ever skipped. So here are the other scores. We'll look at Prince Edward Island. A winner, that's Suzanne Burt. And then the other question mark, of course, was in fact, how would they do, the Fleury team, without her?
Selena Nagavin, she's stepping in, and she took that game against New Brunswick right down to last rock, looking comfortable. And we did wonder about Krista McCarville being the hometown favorite. Very decisive win over Chelsea Carey.
All right, so now we're going to get our first look at Pool B, and what do you think?
Well, this one is a mess. This one is just packed full of teams. You look at Walker and Einarson, well, they were playoff teams last year, but then there is a mix of talent, all very flat. You've got youth and a world junior champion, Laurie St. George, who impressed so much last year. Holly Duncan's not going to go away, and Marianne Arsenault, what talent on that team.
Our feature game to start us off on this Saturday afternoon will be Team Canada against Ontario. So what do you think of Carrie Einarson?
Well, Carrie says, you know, a lot of people keep saying, what's wrong with Team Canada? They're not winning this year. She said, that's curling. You're not always going to win at the right time. Player for player, they're the best team here, but the game's not played on paper. She's going to have to start really, really good.
And Holly Duncan, she's been here before. The rest of the team have not.
And they're not as well known outside of Ontario, but they've been quietly very good in Ontario this year, winning 2 events, reaching the final in the other. And I think if they can draw back on that experience and the success that they've had this year, they have the ability to maybe clinch that elusive 3rd spot in this pool.
And I think she would say she's going to play Einarson at exactly the right time. Einarson hasn't played very much, so that's our feature. When we come back on day 2, the Scotties in Thunder Bay.
Just happy to be back here, and you always dream about representing Canada and wearing the maple leaf on your back. It means so much to me, and to do it twice back to back is pretty special.
We've had a really great season. We started strong, winning 2 of the first few steals, so a strong season for us so far, and happy to have kind of started to break through into the next level.
Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you in part by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Four sheets in play here at the Fort William Gardens. Unfortunately, no fans, and we're told now no ticket sales, so no fans right through the duration of this year's event. Time to meet the teams. It's brought to you by Home Hardware, Here's How. The Ontario team hail from the Woodstock Curling Club. That's about 30 minutes east of London, Ontario on the 401 corridor. Holly Duncan in a second appearance, but everyone else, Tess Bobby, Rachel Strybosch, and Megan Balsden are all newcomers. The Canadian champions, they hail from the Gimli Curling Club. That's the west side of Lake Winnipeg, about an hour north of Winnipeg. Carrie Einarson is the skip. Brianne Muir, Shannon Burchard, and Val Sweeting trying to win a third straight. Ontario will play the red. Canada will play the yellow. And interestingly enough, here we go. It's the four tops. All four red-handled stones are, in fact, the hammers in all the games today. So sugar by honey bunny.
Well, and if you you happen to get that hammer like Holly Duncan did against this Team Canada, you want to make it count.
So Brianne Muir gets us underway on this Saturday afternoon.
The advantage for these teams on Pool B is they were able to, most of them were here watching the game last night. So they got a sense of the speed on the ice and what the curl was like and if it changed at all during the game. Bit of an advantage for the second draw out.
Well, and what does this tell you? Right away that she doesn't want to go up and down the sheet. Says Einarson, I'm going to put a rock right up front.
No, and they are an aggressive team, Vic. They love that style of play, and I think they know with the Maple Leaf on their back, they have a little bit of an advantage that way and can put some pressure on early.
Right now. Line's good. Top four right now. Running right now. I think we're there. Here it goes. Still running. We're there. Yeah. Curling a bit. T line right now. T. Rachel's rock. T back button. Yeah. Back four. Yeah, take it back.
Wraps it around that center guard, but goes deep, sits back four. Let's take a look at the keys to the game. Let's start with Team Canada.
Well, we just talked about that Maple Leaf. Leverage the leaf. It can be heavy to wear sometimes, but also intimidating for the other team, so use it for your advantage. And capitalize on opportunities. This is one thing this team, Einarson, focuses on. When the opposition misses, they take a second, bear down, and they capitalize and make it count.
And here's an opportunity right now with that stone going just a little deep. How much pressure can Team Canada put on them right away? First, they called out top four. It'll slide. It'll cover the pinhole. So let's take a look now at the keys for Team Ontario.
Well, experience matters, and it may be the first Scotties for the three in front of Holly, but draw on the success that they've had this year, the big wins and that pre-trials experience, and lay the foundation. Ontario front end will have to be at their very best against this all-star Team Canada front end. Get the angles right, set up the ends, and nothing deep like we just saw in the first stone.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Sponge Towels, paper towels, made for real life messes.
Can't right now. Nope. Still bounce. Good judge, guys. Good shot. Close the hook.
There's a really good bounce back angle set up on that front one.
Okay, top four. Try and get to the nose on this. Okay. Got it. Yeah, 14 and a half.
Yeah, feels nice here. I think it's
15
for like, yeah, I'd say 15.
Okay.
So they're saying 15 seconds, hog to hog, to top four. We were seeing last night about 14 and a half, 14-7, so really nice speed.
Maybe back four.
Back four.
You're right, back four.
No. Trying.
Coming down.
Yeah, we forget that that 18 championship for Shannon when she picked up the spot for Caitlin Laws. She went to Pyeongchang to play mixed doubles.
Stepped right in and off they went to win that one.
Oh, shoot.
So a little rub and roll off.
Yeah, not the best position, Vic.
Okay. You want to confirm? Half. I think she's hitting half of it.
She's looking at the hit here.
Yep.
Option B would be just freezing another one right down into that pocket. Be tough to get them to go anywhere after that.
First appearances to see for Rachel. This team, though, did play in the Liverpool pre-trial event. So they've been on the arena ice. They've also been on TV a couple of times, tour events. So Holly Duncan saying that, we haven't played in a bubble per se, but otherwise we are we're comfortable where we are and
Again, what do you guys
I don't
think?
know. Is there
the facilities
No.
and what to expect.
Do we ever like?
I like the freeze again. Just freeze down on top
What's
of
that? Play the guard into it.
the Ontario Redstone.
They've got a lot of red in the house, though.
I don't know about that.
Want to go take a look?
I just can't see anything in this angle.
I think the run's a little dangerous. Only because
to get the back of the center line red one.
Because ours is going for sure and theirs aren't. That's why I don't love the
I
run.
think if we can kind
And then they
of
might be sitting three
chisel
in
back, chisel it back. Yeah. I mean, even
I
if
agree,
we
just
can
try
get into the side and sit right there and kind of move this stuff around a bit. I think this rock's in a good spot.
I think
Right?
so.
So I'm almost wondering if we just play firm.
Firm, just firm, yeah.
Yeah, and just
I
try
like
and move that stuff around a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the concern with the freeze is you play that freeze down there, you don't get the angle right, and there's a lot of reds in the ring. So
Just firm and
getting
try and go
rid
right
of
into
one
the
of them
side
for
it and
sure,
try
and then
jiggle
rolling
the
your
stuff
shooter into that
and
pile
then
on the
sit in a
right.
good spot.
Okay. I like that. You got it.
You want the intern, right?
Yep.
Okay.
We saw minimal movement last night with big hit weight.
Normal. Whoa. E5.
Whoa.
Whoa. Not firm.
Nope, 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 nope.
Nothing
Any roll
yet.
You got,
from
any roll you have.
either
Any
Mayer
roll.
or Sweeting, and then rolls it over on the corner, so they
Okay.
sit the shot stone.
Okay.
5 rock rule, as you're aware now, of course, 10 ends.
That way.
Minimum of 8 is what they're asked to play. 38 minutes thinking time, 2 90-second timeouts.
Just the intern hit here. Try and roll a little bit to the outside.
9-5. 9-5. Clean. It's good. Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Holly Duncan, they've got a great rock frozen on top of yellow. They just don't want to leave a double anywhere.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh, sorry.
I got it. Okay.
9-1.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah, I could probably tighten up.
Yeah, there's a pocket back there. Theirs and ours.
I don't know how I really hit unless I run.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, the double
Very
on the
close.
reds is super tough. You'd have to go right across the top and probably a risk of jamming on one of those yellows. That pocket's looking pretty good. You freeze something down in there, and now you're shrinking that 4-foot area, making it tough for Team Duncan to do anything with the hammer.
Back in. Rock. Back in.
Shannon.
Shannon.
Back 4, Becky!
Gotta go, Shannon. Hard.
Becky!
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Becky, still!
Go, go, go. Hard.
Pritchard all the way in a quite little tap just to move it back. So shot stone still belongs to Ontario. That's the stone top
Okay, Val.
4 at around 10 o'clock.
Good brush. Thanks. No worries. Just getting really good there.
Come there. Is it, should we be peeling? We're here higher? Yeah, I don't mind it. Okay.
That's an interesting question from the front end. Maybe we should be peeling that center guard.
Yeah, you know, I really like playing this. You've got a chance. Those yellows are really not in good spots. They're behind the tee line, so you're not going to get that many opportunities against Team Canada, so take it. Opening it up wouldn't be wrong. Definitely you can, but you're probably getting forced.
Becky. Back 12.
Back 12.
Yeah, try Rachel. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Straight.
Okay, well, never mind, never mind.
I'll just push it back and we'll spin out
Yeah, just a couple overthrows in that spot, and you can see the difference. If you're a little hot on the draw weight, it just won't come up.
Just back 4, back 8, probably back 8.
Do you like that? Okay. Just play back line.
So typical of ice makers today when you think of John Wall and who he's tutored under over the course of time. Dave Merklinger, Jamie Barassa, of course. They all have their signature, and that, for a lot of them, is, in fact, their signature. The curl is always there, but if you just up that weight, you're going to just throw it through.
Well, and I think it does penalize the overthrows, and I don't think that's a bad thing. You have to trust the weight and know the throw in that ice.
Weight's really coming down.
Shannon Burchard, now Mayer as well. It's heading right to that guard. And going to split it in. Nope, they'll push it back.
That's fine. It was like back line by
So it's still out there if need be.
Totally new, yeah.
So our first look at Pool B, our game is on sheet A. Christina Black against the Territories and Galuja. Marianne Arsenault, my goodness, has put together taken the old team of Kelly Scott, and they're the BC champions against the Manitoba champions, Mackenzie Zacharias and Laurel Walker, coming off a wonderful trials against Laurie Saint-Georges from Quebec.
What do we know? That's why we don't talk.
Little bit. There's a couple options. You could maybe come down to your red shot stone at the top, freeze right down to it. But I think they've decided to play the double on the back yellows. Not wrong, but you're going to leave something for Team Canada to freeze down to as well.
Hard! Yeah, really hard. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, hard roll.
Atta girl.
And moves them enough to sit the 3.
Well done.
Okay, great tag. Good throw. Good catch.
Kathy, let's start our updates. We talked about British Columbia and Marianne Arsenault out of Kelowna against Mackenzie Zacharias.
Well, Mackenzie had an opportunity for a double on her first. They were pretty spread out, and she just missed clipping that backstone that is biting, and that allowed Marianne to split the rings and not able to roll on her final. It is an open nose hit for 2.
As mentioned, Marianne, of course, 14 Scotties, a 15th appearance now, 5-time champion, all down in Nova Scotia, and hooking up with Jenna Schrader and Sasha Carter, Renee Simons, all, of course, the championship team of Kelly Scott.
Yeah.
So this is Carrie's bread and butter. She loves these nice soft hits. If she can get to the nose on this, she'll stay frozen and shot on top of red.
12-5, little down.
Close, yep.
Yep.
Whoa!
Janet!
It's good.
Janet,
It's good.
Have to get to the nose.
Great. Hard. Hard.
Again, Burchard.
You got that?
And this will spin and roll off. Moves one of the shots back, so it's now Ontario's hitting the 2. And remember, they do have last rock.
Bit of a run there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been undercurling too, but I thought it was just because they go like this.
Shoot.
But I guess it's just a little straight.
It's just straightening out that.
That's interesting. You go to school, of course, off of other players and how they throw, and they thought that, in fact, maybe it's the release of Ontario that's showing them something, although maybe now they're saying it's a straight spot.
Yeah, I think it is. It just seems to be that we've seen it over and over again in that spot. It's just not coming up. Problem was we saw it with overthrows. I think a great shot here, freeze right down to your top red stone that's top 4 foot. They're all in a line and pretty tough situation for Team Canada.
Yeah.
I liked her throw.
And probably the error on this is be light. You can come up top 12 foot and it's really Team Canada's in a tough spot.
So would you like it ideally?
I think you can freeze right down on top of shot stone, top 4 foot.
Lots of there now. Top 4. Okay. Top 4
Just nothing deep.
Running. Top 4.
That event was
Okay,
in
running.
Penticton
T.
back in
T.
2018.
Okay, keep it clean. Coming down. It's trying to come down. Starting to go.
It's gonna go past that one.
14-7. We're top 4.
T-line.
Yeah, just, oop, sorry. Ditch that.
Little
Just leave it as
around.
high as possible. No, just leave it high. Okay.
So leave an opening.
She did. There's a double there.
14-7.
Yeah.
Better. It's probably just a deuce if we make this double too.
Doesn't it catch that one though?
Maybe.
It'll hit that back yellow, but I think it'll
Yeah, we could
spin
play
off and roll out.
I think we,
Just got to move it a little.
yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get the triple?
They
Yeah,
can
we
look
could go
at
for
this
go for that. It's
thin
pretty,
double is
like,
what
very
I would
close
look
either
is you
way.
hit this right about there
For that,
and
if
you
it-
careen off and you can get those two that way and your shooter's left in a pretty good spot. The other option we talked about was this double here, and I think they're looking at it right now, and then you play back onto that one. I do think it'll come off that back yellow and spin out.
Yeah.
All right, Kara, let's
Okay.
do this here.
Just trying to like, it's have to make this double and not kill ours.
Okay.
So we're gonna try and like hit it just sliver and try and kick theirs sideways a
Yeah,
bit.
I like that.
You got it.
If we ever do tick that top one first, we could possibly make the triple. So.
Okay.
You got
All
it.
right, let's do it here. Let me know.
Yep. Yep.
Chance to get it out of it for Carrie Einarson. They thought I even talked about a triple here. Would be so happy with 2, and they won't. But now can you get across that nose enough to push it back, sit there for 3?
Oh, you can. They just got caught in the middle. They wanted to either have it curl more and get that thin or stay a little high side and get the back double.
Right in the middle of all 3.
Yep, right in the middle.
Right in the middle of everyone.
Now a great opportunity for Holly.
Shoot.
On a shot like this, do you in fact maybe your tendency would just to be try to you want to cut across the nose, obviously you can't go straight back, but would you play it a little softer, just throw that controlled weight to make the shot?
I would, Vic. You know, you just saw Carrie's not come up there with big weight. I would keep it down, bring the brushers into play.
Pre-trials in Liverpool, Nova Scotia.
Curl.
Can you pick up 3 and get off to a wonderful start against the 2-time defending champions?
Keep going.
Got to get across that nose. Get across that nose. Push it back. Oh, and catches it on the way by. And so they'll have to settle for a couple. Holly Duncan here in the first. Ontario takes the early lead. Well, that's the kind of start you'd hope for if you're Ontario, and Holly Duncan of Woodstock. You pick up a couple against the 2-time defending champions, Carrie Einarson. As we welcome you back on this Saturday afternoon, day 2 of our coverage. And so it is Einarson now with Last Rock, has the hammer, playing the Yellowstone.
Oh, I think this is a good matchup between these two teams because Holly Duncan's not afraid to mix it up, and Team Canada, they love rocks in play.
Or do I tick cross face and go
That was
under
my
ours?
first thought.
Yeah.
Do you like the tick cross face on the red underneath ours? I'd have to hit it pretty thick so I won't throw it too hard.
Okay. We won't roll like far.
Yeah.
Like our
Oh, it'd just be a
roll
guard?
big.
Oh, okay. It won't roll in, she says.
That's okay, I think, as long as we're
Okay.
under
Up the
or
middle.
further than the guard is.
Yeah, that's true.
See by the corner guard that isn't really a corner guard. Not a lot of movement in this spot at
Take it
all.
this way then. Yep.
Straight.
Yep.
This is running the same way.
Brianne Mayer with Bircher on the brush. And will not quite push it through. A little rub, but they're sitting 2 now at the back, albeit back 8 without last draw.
That was a good call by the brushers. You heard Brianne say we need the back red or it was going right through.
Duncan picks up 2 in that first, and of course it is this team game. You need people to help set it up, and this lady did. Rachel Strybosch with a wonderful shot.
Well, and these are the shots we talk about, and even Team Canada talks about capitalizing on the opportunities they get. Nothing like this shot. I mean, first end, you're trying to figure out what the draw weight is. Makes a great freeze, and that really sets them up. They had the chance for a 3. They only got a deuce. Great start.
Good job, guys. Good shot.
The key shot is brought to you by OK Tire. It's going to be okay. And it was, as Ontario picks up 2.
Did you get time? Yeah, 13-8. Okay. I can make a hole. It's pretty big. Oh, okay. Big space.
Hack, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, easy early.
Okay, let's do it.
Trying to play the hole.
Bump!
Clean.
Heavy!
Yes!
Yes! Coming off!
Yes!
Reset! Yep, hard.
Boy, this is a big scrub. No, they cannot save it. And now a little bump, and they'll tap it in. Center line top.
12. It was
12. They do have, though, a corner that covers the edge of the 8.
Yeah, I think that caught them by surprise. They hadn't seen anything move there. I heard Val say maybe it was slightly down from what they called. Can be all the difference.
Had a hard break right at one spot.
Yeah, that surprised me. I didn't think we ever had to worry about it.
Top 8.
Yeah, on to 7. Top 8.
Yeah.
Go around.
4.
Yeah, we can. Yep.
It's all there. Just line.
Whoa.
Just line.
T-line.
Back 4.
Yeah.
Let's go back to BC Manitoba after BC. Marianne Arsenault got a couple in the first. This is Mackenzie Zacharias from Altona, Manitoba.
Well, she faces 2. That top stone is, in fact, biting Marianne on her final hit and stuck. It is that stone that is open in the 12-foot. And so for Mac, if she can get to the nose and stick right there, it's for the single.
Last year in the bubble in Calgary, went 3 and 5 in pool play, and this year beat Christy Watling in the Manitoba final.
That's your single.
And that'll be for the 1 to get Manitoba on the board. Mayer this time staying with it. No, cannot.
Oh, that spot is giving them fits.
9-6.
In-turn took off, and the out-turn did as well.
Hey, Val.
I don't mind a guard.
Yeah, guard's good.
Like really tight.
Yeah,
Keep
tight
it
fighting,
fighting,
that's
that's
fine.
Yeah. Thinking
Even
like
halfway.
30?
Yeah.
30?
I think so.
Yeah, they looked at hitting that yellow stone, but it's 5th shot. I love the guard.
Alberta and Laurel Walker out of Edmonton opened with a couple, and so we go to the second. This is Laurie St. George from the Laval and Glenmore clubs.
Well, she's being forced. She made an interesting call on her first. She hit and rolled behind the corner. It's buried, but it left Alberta line 1, so Laura Walker split the house to lie 2, and now electing to play the hit, looking for the nose for the single.
And there it is, right on the tee line, just edge of the 4. So St. George in a second appearance. Remember, went 6 and 6 last year. Made the championship pool. Actually went 6 and 2 through round robin of the pool play, and then dropped 4 in a row in the championship pool.
Okay.
Try and make a bunch go away here.
Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. 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 Gotta go. Gotta go. You got it. You got it. You got it.
You got it? Yeah, they got a bunch. Oh, they get rid of 2. Leaves the shooter center line, top edge of the 8-foot, but it is still Ontario sitting the 3 without last rock.
But a big deal getting a couple out of there. It kind of forces Holly now to have to maybe look at the hit. It starts to get a little scary if another double's made and you're leaving those 2 yellows up there.
Oh, he's going to catch this back 2 and watch where this spins. It'll spin away enough that they are still sitting the 3.
Okay. 9-9.
With the shot rock a little bit under cover that
Sorry, good throw. I just need to get on it earlier.
stone on the in-turn side.
Yeah, really good throw by Meg. I think she just, they thought they should have got on the line call just a little bit quicker. Didn't anticipate the curl.
Waits it! Easy. Well, yes, easy. Whoa. Got a long way to go. Brianne, go. Hard, keep going. You're getting it.
Mayer picks her up. Now, Burchard helping it over. Would love to get it in behind those 2. And not quite.
Oh, so close.
So touchy. Yeah. All right, nice throw. Nice weight, good throw.
That would have been perfect because you got that to roll just another foot, and that red run back is pretty tough. I think the yellow's in the way.
Good toss.
Like so many teams, this one has had to use a lot of video, Zoom calls, and the like to with the 3 in Manitoba.
It looked like it was
with Einarson and Burchard Mayer able to practice together, they would then have via Zoom call in Lotta Lake,
I think
northeast of Edmonton. Then Val Sweeting would, join them.
Yeah,
so it's been difficult for them. They've, as she says, Carrie Einarson, mostly practice.
But I think, Vic, they feel like this year compared to last when there wasn't even ice they could get on. This year, at least, they've been able to practice quite a bit. A lot of teams looking more comfortable coming into the Canadians.
And you remember, of course, the great picture of Carrie Einarson before last year's Scotties actually playing on the ice.
That's right.
Of Lake Winnipeg.
What I found really interesting, Vic, is when we were talking to her that, we heard so many teams saying that in the bubble last year, in the absence of ice, that they did Zoom calls with each other, but not Zoom practices together. And so when Reed was out there talking strategy, Val was very much a big part of that, and I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, a double and a roll.
So there is Reed Carruthers, the Canadian World Champion, with Jeff Stoughton.
Yeah.
Now, of course, playing with Mike McEwen. Has been running summer camps now for a number of years.
You couldn't bring a better coach, I don't think. Just his demeanor and his experience at national championships, and he knows the game so well.
How about hair less?
I agree.
Yeah.
Chance to get this roll now.
Carrie Einarson and her first. All over it again, sure enough is. And we'll unlock those 2 stones, and once again, there you go. Ontario is sitting the 3 without last rock, so lots of trouble.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Val's didn't move and Carrie's went. Now you've got an in-turn release for Val, and then that would be, an out-turn release for Val, in-turn for Carrie.
Yeah, the left-hander versus the right.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Even like here's okay though. Yeah, probably better to feel white, right? Yeah.
Boy, I don't even think if you put this in the right spot, there's not a draw for Carrie.
It's going, it's gone.
Because you'd have to play that in-turn, and that Yellowstone, the guard, is in the way.
Exactly. So split center, top 12 is pretty good.
So 20 here? Yeah.
Well, he's one of the best at the college coaching ranks. That's Barry Westman. He's been the head coach at Fanshawe College in London since 2011. Has won 5 Canadian titles. And Tess Bobby went to Fanshawe. Rachel Strybosch went to Fanshawe. So they're all graduates of his coaching at the college ranks.
Okay, well then, just full 8. Can you go off the other one? No, we're deeper.
Yeah, can we go off?
Okay, Rachel's roughed in. We're
Top
deep.
4. T line.
Yep.
And it's interesting because I'll tell you, way back in the day, I actually did apply to Fanshawe. They had a very good radio program.
14-7.
That would have been back 1973,
19.
72 when it was the application. I didn't get accepted.
Yeah, kicked right.
Didn't get accepted.
And apparently still bitter.
Yeah, no.
Right,
yeah. No, their radio program was always that, along with the broadcasting course at Ryerson, considered the 2 of the best.
Yep.
No, Holly opened the door here. She was in a pretty good spot. As I said, anything kind of top 12, even just tight splitting center. She had a good line on this, but sliding deep just gives Carrie a really good chance here to at least score.
Clean, clean. Yes, hard. Really hard.
Here we go,
Hard.
in all kinds of trouble. 1, 2, 3, and 4 is what she faces. Einarson's last. Here in 2, bang, and backs it up, sit down. Oh, and it comes back, and there's the single. 1 it is for Team Canada and Einarson.
Nice carry, that girl.
2-1 Ontario. We are in Thunder Bay for this year's Scotties. First time since '96 and a win by Marilyn Bodo. As mentioned, 3rd time that the Canadian Women's Curling Championship has been here. Well, this weekend is the Choose to Include weekend in support of Special Olympics Canada. Started yesterday. You can buy a very special donut today and tomorrow. And when you do buy the donut, 100% of the proceeds will go to support Special Olympics programs across Canada. And then what they'd like you to do is take a picture of yourself with this wonderful donut.
And then eat the donut.
And then cream all over your face. And they want you to use the hashtag Choose to Include. So all of it in support of Special Olympics Canada. You can order it online, and you can also, of course, go to drive-thrus here in Ontario and elsewhere across the country where permitted. So as we welcome you back on this Saturday afternoon, and once again, Ontario with last rock. Holly Duncan of Woodstock has the hammer playing the Redstones and leading 2-1.
Lots of line.
Oh, Holly would like nothing better than her last rock back. Just a great opportunity to effectively take any shot Carrie had away for a single.
Top 12. Yep, a little more. Good. Good.
Top 8. That top 8 again. Okay, let's set this angle here.
Okay. This ice looks nice. Like,
Yeah, it felt very similar to the other side.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
watch it
really
probably
good
come in
freeze
deep at the
by
end for mine.
Brianne on the first one. Now just come down, out turn on top of that shot stone again. Just try to set up the angles, and then somebody's going to have to make the choice to open it up if it's not setting up, and that typically will be the team with hammer.
Remember when they all got together, these 4 former skips? It was for the 18-19 season, and people questioned whether, in fact, these 4 skips could, in fact, play together. But Shannon Burchard, in a recent article, said she's never felt more comfortable on the ice, and what it's really led her to feel is have an appreciation for the game, a better appreciation. What every person, lead, second, third, to skip, what it means to win a game. As we go to take a look at Nova Scotia, first time, and this is Christina Black of Dartmouth against Carrie Galusha from Yellowknife.
Well, she has an opportunity here On this end, it was a situation where Joanne drew to lie 3, and then she hit one of them, trying to remove 2, but only got 1, and so finds herself in pretty tough. This is an open hit for 3.
So again, Yellowknife, this team from Yellowknife is skipped by Carrie Galusha, but she throws the lead stones. It's Joanne Rizzo in now a third Scotties appearance, all of them with Yellowknife, throwing the 4th stone.
That's fine. 2 yellow.
Well, missed opportunity, gets the stone out, but only gets 2.
9-9.
So the lead for the Northwest Territories. You'll remember that Joanne played with Sherry Madaw, and they were 1 game away from going to the Olympics, losing to Jennifer Jones, and that was for Sochi, of course, in 14.
14, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Can get them all.
I think you might see Vicky
still
talk
shot,
about
right?
this
Yeah.
super team of Team Canada. With the success they've had, you may see teams now forming for this next cycle that take that model into play.
Yeller.
Yep.
BC against Manitoba, and so it looks, is it, yeah, Marianne Arsenault with last rock out of Kelowna.
Well, she's trying to play a thin double to bring a biter into play that's at the top of the house. She had a chance to draw for 2, set up a double that Mackenzie made, but left her stones in a position that a double can be for 2. And doesn't roll in enough. It's a steal of 1.
Which breaks the tie. All the games were 2-1 games right across the board until that single to tie it at 2-2.
Okay. No lack of girl.
Second, third. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sure. I have half. Okay. Like board or hack?
This Team Einarson, always so good at the hitting game, and I think that's just what's let them down, and I don't think it's been the throwing, just putting the broom in the right spot. They had a chance there to get both reds to fly.
Well, I know that Russ would probably say, you can practice all you want, but until you get on the ice and experience things,
Solid. Close.
you're going to be off your game a little bit, and maybe it's just going to take that game or a few ends, half a game, to see if Einarson gets settled.
Yeah, I mean, for the skip, it's where am I putting the broom based on the weight that's coming down the sheet, and am I getting the weight from the player that's throwing it? And that all goes into ice reading.
It's pretty sad that I'm thinking of him.
Yeah, it's a bit disturbing.
Yeah, I got a 10-7. Okay. I don't mind that hit and roll on the 2 that are together. Should push them both out enough to be.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Even if you're just hitting flop on
It won't go anywhere
Even
though.
if we flop there or a big flop behind center.
roll in front of the other one?
Like this?
Yeah, like just hope to have a double next time.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Roll to center is really good if we make it.
Just throw here.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Alberta, I think, is one of those teams that really could be in the mix when it's all said and done. Laura Walker coming off a bronze medal in Calgary, and here she is against Quebec and Laurie Saint-Georges.
Well, she's in tough. This end has been all Quebec. They lie buried, 2 stones. She is trying to raise her own that's at the top of the 4, needs to get it to full 4 in order to score.
Trying to tap it up and will not, and is going to give up, what, steal a 2?
It is.
Or we just saw another example of ice reading or putting the broom down. That really caught them by surprise. They were trying to get the inside roll Val Sweeting was, and it hung the entire way, never moved at all.
Line only. How heavy? Back 8. Okay.
Need a tick?
Whoa, whoa.
Trying to play a draw to sit 3.
You need a tick, you gotta go. Rub? Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, we're pretty good. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. We're good. Okay. Barely. Just good.
Oh, how did I know that?
Yeah, I don't think we're good is enough information on that. Say it's back line, and then the line caller being Holly could have made the decision to tick that a little bit.
I like that.
You got it.
Okay.
Good shot.
Well
Good
done.
ball.
Very nice to avoid any kind of jams.
Nice one.
Iced and made. That just gives Carrie a little bit of confidence too. Starting to figure it out.
I don't mind the hit.
Okay, yeah.
You like control? Sure.
Should be pretty straight out here, yeah?
It is, yeah.
You got it.
Control. 10-5. 10. Clean. 10. Clean. Clean. Whoa.
Megan Balsden.
Clean. 10. Curl, curl, curl. Okay.
So has a couple hanging on the edge of the 8-foot
Wait, was good? Yep. Okay. Or 10.
Ontario with last rock. Megan is
Like there.
a PhD
Definitely
student
make the roll if we play like
in
firm.
mechanical
Just try and
engineering and material engineering at
just
the
got stuck
University
there.
of Western Ontario.
Yeah.
Here, guys. 10.
Try and get this roll. You can roll behind your own. You can roll even longer in front of that red. Lots of options.
Okay.
So Skip Stone's here in 3.
Down weight, down weight.
10-5.
Anderson right away. You can hear Mayer saying down she is.
Down. It's down for
Got
sure.
a real straight spot, Vic.
Whoa. Yes.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa. Yes. 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 Yes.
Oh, he's gonna roll it underneath. Oh, very nice.
Very
Maybe
good. Good
peeking
call,
just a
Dom.
little bit on that out-turn side.
Down out of hand. It didn't come down.
She's one of
Very
the most
good.
instinctive hitters I think I've ever seen, and she knows in that spot it's straight, so she didn't overthrow it.
Nice. 10-9.
Just laser-like on the hits. Makes a lot of big shots this way.
With rockets. I guess not.
As we said, not playing a lot. They practiced more. But as you can see, we have a total of 23 and 16 in all competitions. And then she was only 4 and 6 in the slam events. But in even being in those events, you notice it's all about points now, of course, and how you build up those points to qualify. So having not won, she still had enough points to get into events.
Second shot.
Okay.
But I can't imagine her even wanting to play. When you think back to the bubble last year, she was in that bubble in Calgary for a full 3 months. The minute she walked out the door, she headed to Scotland for the World Mixed Doubles with Brad Guzhu. She was away from home for 3.5 months.
That's incredible. I don't know how she did it.
Wait, good.
A young family, and then she went to a bubble over there as well.
Yeah.
Well, it left a legacy because when we asked her about that before the game, Cheryl, she actually shuddered. She said, I still get goosebumps just even thinking about it. So it was really, really grueling, not only physically, but emotionally and mentally on everyone that was in it.
Yeah.
And there's somebody else now that gets caught. Holly Duncan on a little bit of a straight spot. Didn't come up for her. And suddenly this end turns around.
Didn't quite get out to you.
Not quite, but I still.
The weight was close.
Yeah, I got a 12.
Yeah, I was just saying more.
Yeah, well, this makes sense to me, though. The intern was running so straight that this outturn, just the overcurl on it.
Okay.
That's pretty typical on ice.
12-1, so I guess.
Then on the other hand, there's Holly Duncan,
Yeah.
who played 7 events, qualified in 4, primarily all in Ontario.
Yep.
2 wins, another final. 28 and
You might have to
14.
draw this way.
And
Pretty hard.
the idea here is that she did beat the likes of Jones and Kim from Korea, Zacharias, Burt, Galusha, Einarson. She beat them all
It's pretty nice.
in events in Ontario. So it's not like she can't. And she said, I still don't feel like I'm the underdog, or we're the underdog in this game.
Well, that can be valuable too. Not a lot of expectations or pressure on you.
Line's good. Line only
I
right
like their
now.
style of game. They don't run and hide.
3. 3.
Shannon can go.
It's really tight.
Okay, well,
It's okay if it's tight.
okay. We need to
Oh,
curl
rings.
some more still. Curl, curl, curl.
That's
There we
just
go.
red stops.
Very good.
First draw, and she'll put it center line
Nice.
Good, Brad.
as that flash
That's a good spot.
leaves
Does the job.
Team Canada sitting the one, top button and buried.
Holy.
Yeah. Well, I think this is worth it. I mean, there is no way to draw. You might be able to go wide side on the out turn, but I don't know even if it's there, if it'll curl enough. This is a chance to maybe try and get shot stone off the button.
It will come up a little, right? Maybe not with normal. Okay.
It's pretty flat.
I like it.
Even if, I mean, I guess the difficulty is, yeah, it's flat, but if you can bump it even far enough, you might get your
Okay,
single,
normal.
but can you move it far enough to bring in that stone, which is at the back edge of the 8?
I don't see that, but I see it as a chance to get one. And probably easier than that out turn draw. I don't even think you could get there. It's not curling that much. But you see the difference in this end, you know, from last end. Holly had a chance to do this exact same thing to Carrie and block off any shot she had and slid deep. Carrie makes no mistakes here.
Final stone right now, it's a stolen point. A tie point potentially for Team Canada. Little brush now, come across. Oh, you got to sit down. Oh, it'll slide underneath and by. And so it will be a steal of 1 for Team Canada here in 3. And so we're all even.
Okay.
As Duncan gives up the steal.
It was a 9. So, but it did come out. Yeah.
Just couldn't hold it enough. A little thin and it slides underneath. Holly Duncan, Carrie Einarson. It's our feature on this Saturday afternoon. Well, what do you think of this? This is called snowshoe art, and the artist's name is Kim Asmussen. And he's a retired principal from St. Patrick's High School. And he's been doing this now for, I guess, a couple of years. And this is something he did about a year ago on Lake Schreiber, his hometown, about 2 hours east of Thunder Bay. And it was all in anticipation of the arrival of the Scotties.
That is amazing.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Absolutely beautiful. You have to be retired to have the time to do that.
As we welcome you back Saturday afternoon. The Scotties first look at Pool B. The only team that is not playing this afternoon is the team from Whitehorse, and that's Haley Burney.
Yeah, just a hair more than
Everyone
mine.
else on the ice. Burney is in her 3rd appearance.
Yeah, 15-2. Yeah, just a little bit.
So a steal of 1 by Team Canada evens it up at 2 apiece. And once again here in the 4th, it is Team Ontario that does have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstone.
Well, and Holly Duncan switching gears here. She hasn't thrown a corner yet, but makes the choice here to throw a corner. Had a great chance to come around it and just rub. So they're going to have to clean up the middle fairly quickly.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she's just throwing it.
Okay. Yep.
A triple might be there. If you get this yellow across the top, you might drive it back onto the single stone in the rings. But at the very least, you open it up.
Rachel Strybosch.
Lean, yeah. Whoa. Whoa. What's your red?
Like that. There you go.
It's really good.
Good, okay.
Opens everything up. Does push the other Team Canada stone into the rings. They are sitting 2 without.
Well, it forces Carrie to be a little bit careful with that redstone coming in.
You like this same side?
Yeah, because this is that inner path that you threw. So.
Okay, then yeah, here less won't kill it. Like the hog.
As we watch the stone from Shannon Burchard, now an update as Alberta gets ready to throw their last, down by 1 to Quebec.
And an opportunity for 2. Laurie St. George faced 2 on her final, got to the nose of 1, no roll, and so it is open for Laura. There is a biter at the back of the house, so she can roll quite a bit. She just can't roll more than half of the stone in the house. For the
playing her first hit of the game.
11-1, it should stay.
Yeah. Oh.
Good.
And there you go. There's enough room for the roll to pick up 2.
I think the 10-5 that nosed it.
10, Mimi.
Okay.
10.
I do question Shannon Burchard's rocks. She's, I mean, only at 46%, but they've got caught by surprise on a couple of them, not reacting like the rest of the teams. And that guard that she was throwing is 12 feet short.
Okay. Even if you roll big.
Yeah, roll big is okay too.
I just worry.
It's easier to play the straight turn. Super thin.
Yeah, this is a kind of a guess.
Hey?
I don't
This
think
turn is a
thinking
bit of a
this
guess.
turn.
So I like either the double or play it tight with the in.
I can't hear you.
In turn, like play this way.
Oh,
Cross face.
Throw here.
That's very funny. Because you would think you would be able to hear. There's no crowd, but there's actually a little bit of an echo in the empty building.
Let's do it.
And the ceiling is relatively low here at Fort William Gardens, so maybe a little more difficult to communicate than we think.
Well, yeah, and you've got the players beside you on the next sheet yelling.
Wait, good. Bump down.
Yep.
11-5. Hard. Gotta go. Gotta go. 11-5, 12. Half.
Really big scrub just to get a piece, and now that shooter. And it will hang around as they push the Ontario stone through the back.
Oh, it was nice by the end.
Fantastic brushing to hold that.
Good. Your weight actually was fine.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm good, yeah. Okay.
Nova Scotia picks up a couple to take the lead on the territories, and BC with 1 for the 1-point lead on Manitoba.
9-5. We're up. 9. Girl.
What'd you get?
I think I had 10-1.
Yeah, I'm not sensing a lot of overthrows by anyone, which is a really good sign. It's just not picking up the spots when you're putting the broom down.
and
In
being
first
11.
game, that's bound to happen. It's who catches on first.
This is 9.
Val
I think
Sweeting.
we're 9. 9 for sure.
Yeah, definitely 9.
Watch the roll.
That's good.
Okay. Good. Nice pair, Val. Nice. Out of way.
There is that long center guard. It's, as you say, quite often it's almost invisible out there. There should be enough movement, but he is still trying to get in behind it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd love that. It would help.
Control. Okay. All right, I'll give you control this time. You got it.
I haven't seen a lot on this side of the sheet. Going away, it curled pretty hard, so you might expect that here.
10-5. Queen. Queen. Yep. 10-5. Hard. Really hard.
Hard for peace.
guess it's not invisible.
An 11-8.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seemed down 11-8 for.
11-8. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, having a hard time. I think it's probably the combination of that being curlier too.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the throw on this side probably would have been fine weight. But
Interesting. There it goes. That's to your point, because
They do make a really good one.
just unfamiliar path.
Yeah, and I think as much as the skip can haul her down and say, hey, this will go here, you as a player have to have a really good read on the ice and have that sixth sense to say, you know what, I know this moves here, I'll give it a little bit extra, and on the straighter spots, you can
Just
throw a
behind,
little
right?
down
Full
weight.
rock behind.
It's,
Okay.
you know, the game these days is all four players knowing every path in the ice and exactly what everything does.
I don't want them to be able to freeze, so you know.
Yeah.
Airing a little loud later.
Yeah, a little tighter path. When I threw
Yeah.
the tighter path, it was just about 4 feet slower, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going for like a 14-8.
Yeah.
Carrie did say she thinks the team has somewhat of an advantage in this, again, a bubble situation compared to, say, a Holly Duncan that doesn't and hasn't played under these conditions before, just because they spent so much time in Calgary, and she did. A lot of board games.
Yeah, top 12 coming down.
She said that Reed Carruthers, the coach, had brought his Nintendo, so they're playing that a lot.
Top 8, top 4.
Distractions. No, it is an advantage. I think the other advantage they have, Vic, is it's the second time with them wearing the maple leaf. And I remember Carrie last year saying she couldn't believe how teams rose up to play them and, you know, came out with their very best games. And so a second year like that, you expect it now.
But like end to end.
15-8.
Very nice. Splits the
Go in front of that.
mirrors the shot on the other side,
First that
so
was
they're
like over there.
Yeah, I'll try that.
sitting the 3 and without last rock.
Control then.
Sure.
Okay.
I think it'll be straighter this way. Right
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Control?
Yeah, nose is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really no way to use the corners. You could maybe play the hit and roll behind the corner, but you wouldn't even be second
Hit and roll over
shot, so
test
it's
this
not
way.
worth
Okay,
it.
what kind of weight?
You'll get
Control.
forced anyway.
Okay. Like behind that yellow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the time when you are a skip, you just have to
10-5.
accept that you might get just one, and you just play for your center?
Exactly. There's no point. You try and force to get a deuce out of this, Vic, and then you end up not having a shot for your last, so just accept it.
Oh boy.
Try Mike. Okay. Okay. 10-5.
She said, probably going to run a little straighter.
Smooth too much ice?
A little too much ice for
Yeah.
sure. I thought you said it a little, but I kind of expect that on this
Side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Pretty much back where it was.
Yeah.
Okay. It's probably similar speed for, because this path's probably better.
A little better. Okay.
Yeah. So same.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put this back where it was. There's not a draw. You might be playing a hit and roll off the outside one, which is risky.
I agree. If it over curls, it's okay.
It's not going to be as good out here.
Okay, guys. I think that same spot. Just put it back, hey?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, do you like that?
I think so.
Yeah, it's going to
Facing
quite as
four,
good as
then,
this path, a little wider than we've seen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
go
Would
for that.
be
14.
Holly Duncan.
Oh, yes, a little biter in the back.
Yeah, same weight to a hair more is not bad. That's a hair more. I like it though. Top 8! We can be patient. Top 4! Top 8! Top 8! 8! Biting 4 right now. Or top 8. Top 4!
You really appreciate
Top 8. Yeah, we
the
can get there.
the communication
Top 4!
between Mayer and Burchard.
They're exceptional. I mean, you heard them. We can be patient on this. They knew it was a little hot out of the hand.
Whoa, whoa.
And that,
That's pretty good. Good call, Val.
okay, you're sitting the 4, but
That works.
you know, as you
Carrie,
said,
that
if she
works
puts
too.
it in the same spot,
Nice
how do you
Carrie.
get
Atta
in?
girl.
Now you've got the opportunity to to get there.
Good sweeping, Shan.
But those brushers made this shot more difficult. They called down to Val, it's going to be top 4. So then Val got them on it to try and get it to curl a little bit and not show as much of this to Holly.
Yeah, if you're going to throw back 4,
Yeah.
I think I like that. 405.
It was really wide. No.
Yeah. So.
Good call to go deeper.
Yeah.
I thought it would come down, but it wasn't coming down.
To come on top of it.
And there's the compliment, as you just mentioned, to Val Sweeting.
Back 4 weight.
She knew deep,
So we
okay,
have to
bring
move
it
it.
back.
Yeah.
And that the front end now saying that was a good call for her to go deep.
Yeah, you can make something out of nothing pretty quickly if you give the right weight call and the third's on the ball.
But an opportunity to get 2 shots. Stone has to draw the lid, and it's against 4.
These are always a little bit scary as a skip because you can't think there's backing. It's a straight cold draw.
You gotta go for weight.
How much? We're close. We gotta go
First real pressure for Holly Duncan and the Ontario team, nominated this year, of course. It was to have been Rachel Holman that represents Ontario, but Curl Ontario deciding if she were to leave the team to play mixed doubles, then that would go to Duncan, and she's going to come up light. Wow, 1, 2, and 3. So Duncan, after getting off to a very nice start, scoring 2, has now given up 5 straight points, 4 of them stolen. So after leading by a couple now, Ontario is down by 3, 5-2 as we welcome you back Saturday afternoon. Day 2 of our coverage, the Scotties. And after that steal of 3, the Ontario team from Woodstock will once again have last draw. They have the Hammer playing the Redstones. Ontario has won 6 Canadian women's titles. The last was Rachel Holman in 17. Team Canada have won 10 titles, and the last was by Carrie Einarson last year. Wildcard team has never won yet a Canadian champion.
Who was in the final that was a wild card team?
Oh, don't ask me that.
You don't have that.
I don't have that.
Oh, way to go. There was someone.
Oh, gosh. Let's get our crack statistician on that.
That actually surprises me because these wild card teams coming in are pretty strong.
Hard! Maybe hard! 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 Hard!
Okay, that's fine. That's good.
I'll be back to you in a couple of minutes, okay?
Thanks for getting on that, Vic.
You just go ahead.
Okay, I will.
Do this by yourself. Let Kathy jump in with you.
Me neither.
Kathy, it's you and I. I finally got rid of him.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know.
Leave the keys.
Russ, please come back.
Oh, you're loving it.
Oh, my.
Yep.
Such a good start for Team Ontario, but you knew Team Canada was going to start to figure it out. And the one thing you don't want to do is 2 stolen ends.
Get out. There we go.
Yeah, I thought she might be right in a borderline spot.
I know, so that's why I was like, no,
Good
I
Chan.
don't want to give you less. I'm more.
When you see this Team Canada get on a roll, it's always, they look so confident and relaxed. I think those are the 2 things when I talked to Carrie last year about, what do you need to see in your team? She said, well, we have to be quick out there, put the broom down because we know what the ice is, and so nobody's second guessing, and we have to be relaxed. And I think Val brings that a lot to Carrie. I think she knows to keep Carrie relaxed in the house, and that translates to some pretty great shot making.
That was one of the things that I was actually
you like
concerned about
Christmas
last
during
night
your
with Emma Miscue and her
Yeah, like top
skipping
12
Rachel
in.
Holman's team. I thought,
Bad.
Kathy, that
Yeah, just tack a quarter.
she might take a long time
So I just
to
pulled a
make
string on mine. It
decisions.
feels nice.
And because she hadn't been or hasn't done that at that level, right? The games that she played were back in, I think, juniors, basically, or even before that. So for her to respond that way, because you want to be decisive, you want to get out there and quickly play.
Well, she's played a lot, and she's played a lot with Rachel, and so I think that in many ways they're interchangeable other than that last stone, and she took a very conservative approach to the start of the game, and I think got her sea legs under her, if you will, and then just seemed to be very, very comfortable.
You don't get there. Nice weight.
Very nice.
Good. Atta girl, Shan. Nice one. Atta way. That's it. You like board?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Clean, clean. It's okay. Whoa, clean, yep. Yeah, up if anything. Hard. Hard, Rachel, hard.
Okay, whoa, you're good. Nice shot.
Good shot. Play bumper.
I think the critical thing for Ontario this end is just make sure Holly's got a shot, a fairly simple shot to score at the very least. You can't give up another stolen end. Just a great first game by Val.
Hard for a piece.
Rushing. Hey, 10-5.
Can you soup this to us? Yes. Should I control or board? Control's good. Okay.
Even if you nose this, there's no double. Roll would be pretty nice, but you don't want to flirt with that guard at all.
Clean, clean. Whoa. 10, clean. 10-5, close. Whoa, clean.
Whoa. Okay.
I feel like I'm going backwards on those ones.
That's so weird.
So Ontario's hitting the 2.
Throw it here.
Love to get a couple back at least going to the break.
Would they ever? And that miss by Val gives them an opportunity to do so.
Wait, good. 9, a little up, actually. 9-5. Yep. Close to 10.
Yep.
Oh.
9-5.
Okay, good.
Good toss.
That's good, though.
All right.
Good, I'll just give you hair last.
Okay. Okay, so I'll be just as possible.
Getting you caught up. Northwest Territories pick up a couple to take the lead. BC with a steal of 1 to up their lead to a couple over Manitoba. And Quebec with a blank in 5. So they're into the second half, 4-3 Alberta.
Yep. Hard. Whoa.
Whoa.
Really well done. Gets that roll.
Just at the end, it curls up.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It forces carrying out of the hit. They were a little concerned this might have overruled, but there's no chance that you could play it and stick around.
The first one I popped a little bit.
Yeah. It still came back.
Yeah, I know it definitely did.
Carrie Einarson, wild card in 18, lost to Jennifer Jones.
Ah, it took you that long to find that.
As well as doing other things.
Oh, yes, of course. All right. You were multitasking.
Heavy normal. 8-5.
I hung wallpaper over here. Here in our little booth.
Like I thought you left.
Watch the roll. Side forefoot. Yep.
Well, this could be a very nice roll.
Look at.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it'll spin a little too far. It sits for a second shot.
Nice, good throw.
Nice.
It isn't.
Yeah, it was spinning pretty good.
At least you can pick that one if you have to.
Yeah.
You had like half.
Yeah.
Maybe. Still want to also set up a double, but
True.
what do you like?
Yeah, you've got a couple options here. You could
Just
play
like
the
there,
out turn draw to
back here.
there, or the in turn draw.
My first thought was
Wide
back
open.
there.
Might not be the easiest to get to.
Well, it's pretty straight,
Yeah,
so
okay.
that part of it is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind it.
The
It's
only
whatever
risk,
feeling
I
like
think,
draw weight-wise.
playing
Okay.
this come around draw here is you ever slide back here, and now you give Team Canada an out.
More like edge of button.
Sure. Yeah. If you
But
just
even the
put it
mistake
really-
on this shot, you
Isn't
could even
curling
come
too
up
much.
here.
Because we can be over here too.
Yeah. Okay.
This is not bad over to here.
Should be faster.
The risk
yeah.
is you ever leave them a hit and roll if you're a little
Back eight,
higher.
but still
So
second shot.
Okay.
I think they're going to play that shot
like
anyway.
here?
Go to the wing.
We haven't really seen this.
Just make sure you're
Should be
back
straighter,
behind the
so it
tee
doesn't-
line.
Better.
Like a bit more than I threw last time?
A little bit, I think.
Okay.
Holly and her husband Tim and son Theodore are expecting a second child in a couple of months.
Might be T or better.
In fact,
T.
Rachel
Okay.
Strybosch
T for back four if you can. We're pretty close.
is also expecting her first child with
Okay.
husband
14
Jordan, and
Back here.
due in early April.
Yep. Good. Great judge, guys.
Good throw.
Good throw, Holly.
Okay.
That is so well judged by that team.
Pretty quick there.
Yeah.
You
14-7.
could really drag it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, this way that would have been like top button probably. So a couple feet faster. Like, sorry, outside in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yep. Okay, guys, firm. All right, you got it.
And just see if we can nestle up into ours over there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You got it.
You'll see pretty big weight coming down here, trying to
touch
get this her shooter to spring left as far as she can. Shut down that scoring area a bit for Team Ontario.
Yes, hard. Really hard. Really hard.
Where's this going to go?
Yep, spill it up. Pivot.
And sit there.
Okay,
So
good try.
Refreshing.
we'll
Great.
have a chance.
No, it's a great try. She didn't
Good
have
try,
much
Carrie.
else. You're not going to play a draw there. You're at risk of giving up a three.
Just
So
curl the hair.
Yeah.
Nice try.
Otherwise, you would have got a spill.
Oh, any thicker.
it would have come back up
Yeah.
potentially for shot.
Shoot. Should we do the inside sleeper?
No.
Okay, we're shot, so we don't need to bump it.
Okay.
Despite the 4.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Do you want me to give you a little more?
A little bit. I think so. Yeah.
You like this approach? We don't have to bump it. So we'll just play the straight draw, but it's there if we need it.
I absolutely do. You see a lot of times, you know, the ice that you're going to put it down to tap it is going to be quite a bit different than the draw, and lots of times teams just sail by. So commit to one or the other, whatever it is you choose. They've committed to the draw, and if by chance she's slightly heavy, let the brushers call it, and you've got some backing.
Just
Hey, there, Tyler, it's
56%
really going now.
though on
We're
her
good.
draws so far.
Really curling now. T-line. 14-4. Really curling. Just keep your broom down. I think you're on this one. Shot.
And didn't need the backing. Very nice as she draws the back of the button for a couple. So that's a good bounce back after giving up 4 stolen points. We're midway through, and the defending champions lead it by 1.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you in part by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. By Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
It was opened back in 1951, Fort William Gardens, and there's talk about a new facility. That'll be several years off, say the City Fathers. And we're here, of course, for this year's Scotties Tournament of Hearts. So midway through, and it is a 1-point lead for Carrie Einarson as we take a look at the numbers after 5 with advantage to Val Sweeting at the 3rd position. But let's go a little deeper into the numbers.
Well, Team Ontario started off well. They converted with the hammer in the first end, and then they forced in the second end. But then they allowed those 2 stolen ends, something you don't want to do in a game. But those stolen ends came about because of that great hit and roll we saw by Carrie Einarson in the 3rd end, and then the beautiful draw that was called by the front end in the 4th.
Surprising to see that Shannon Burchard is the low player on the ice at just 53%. Reid Carruthers coaching Team Canada, while it's Barry Westman and Ontario, the team out of Woodstock.
Definitely is different, but I feel like we're just kind of rolling with the punches at this point. Not like my preferred position, but I also can draw from like my mixed doubles experience throwing that last rock, so that's been helpful. I'm just excited to get back on the ice.
We're here to play hard from game 1, shot 1, until the end of the week. We think that we can win just as much as anybody else can, and making shots is going to get you into that championship weekend. So we just got to focus on the little things and hope that gets us there.
So it's back to Pool A play tonight, and it'll be the game 1 for Penny Barker, the Saskatchewan champions out of Moose Jaw. And both these teams are affected by COVID, with Tracy Fleury unavailable, and probably unavailable now, we're told, till midweek. And then, of course, the Saskatchewan coach, Mark Lang, is in quarantine. So Selena Negevin taking over the skipping duties, and will try to bounce back after a loss last night. That's when we join you this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. On this Saturday afternoon, our first Saturday, and our first look at some of the teams. 8 of the 9 teams in Pool B. And it'll be Team Canada that does have last rock, has the hammer, playing the Yellowstones, up by 1 on Ontario.
Okay, you got it. Just a 10. Yeah, I haven't thrown it
Just a
yet
great hit and roll by Meg Balston last end to set up that deuce. She kind of got caught in her first one. It didn't come up, but made no mistake in the second one, and it only takes 1 shot.
And I'll suggest to you a desperate 2. They needed something. They may have lost their confidence. They started off getting that couple in the first, thinking, whoa, this is good. But then they seem to lose their way.
Yeah, important. And then this end is going to be critical as well. They're still down 1 without. So now you got to figure out a way to get out of this end without taking too much risk. Force is great here. Force Team Canada, and then try and do something with a hammer in the next end.
A 9-7.
Okay. Let's just swing around. They're obviously okay with flanking, so I'd rather get 2.
Yeah.
It's either that or you just hit and roll to a corner.
I think they just rip it then. I don't know.
Do we just rip it?
I don't mind this.
Blank or
and then C. I can peel on my next one.
Yeah, I'd rather go first.
Yeah.
Too
let's do
early
it
if you're Team Canada.
Top 8.
You have the last drop. You're playing 6. Become defensive.
It is. I mean, the one thing that Ontario wouldn't mind besides forcing Team Canada is a blank, because they could then try and force them in the 7. You've got hammer and 8. So I think Team Canada's figuring that out and saying, well, why don't we in this even end try and get a couple?
Yep, keep going. Top 4.
You don't have enough of a lead to run away with it.
Great shot.
Very good.
Good judge.
Nice, Shannon. Not a girl.
And you know where we've seen those 2 stolen ends come out is when they've applied pressure, made the shot exactly like this one, that come around.
Okay, you got it. Okay. You got it. Yeah. Throw hard though.
Well, Kathy, it's been a while since you've worked, so let's get you back into it here. Let's go 6th end, and it's Alberta against Quebec. And the final stone on the way from Cynthia Saint-Georges.
Well, it's a really interesting situation because after her first stone, Lori drew in and thought that she was shot, but Laura Walker guarded, and so now they're really questioning if they are shot, trying to graze their stone ever so slightly to raise it, but roll their shooter for 2. Needs to touch it.
And does touch it, rolls in for shot.
Sorry, guys.
Now it is. It certainly looks like it could be 2.
I think that's brilliant.
That is an incredible shot.
That's a huge overcurl. That guard was a foot on the other side of that shot stone.
Wow. It's close.
It's very close. I think it's great.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Sorry about your last.
Lori Saint-Georges trying to win a second Quebec title. The last one was way long ago. You'll remember,
That looked like that grab.
Kathy, 1975. Lee Tobin was the winner of the...
Guess what, man? That nice, happy donut.
Yeah, we're T-line. Whoa. T. Whoa. Yeah, we're deep.
Straight.
So they're going to measure. We'll update you as
We're T-line back.
soon as we know.
Okay.
Good.
That's good. Good call, Carrie.
Thanks.
That's okay, Shannon.
Sorry, I was yelling out as the answer.
That's all right. Ah, just wanted.
Yeah, right? This way.
No, that's pretty good. I mean, they wanted it higher, but still, I think it forces Ontario to try and make this run back. Not a lot of freeze options in there, and it gets pretty risky.
Megan Balsden and picked up. Run it straight back, get them both, does, but leaves it under cover. It does peak a little bit now on that in-turn side.
Caught one of them off there, well done.
So Carrie's was 15-9 end to end here. So
Yeah, I think you're going for 15 and a half.
Just great speed, 15 and a half.
Max right now, I thought. Top 8. Eight's really close. Top 4. Top 8. Yeah, top 4. Top 4. Oh, no, top 8. Coming down. Top 8. Get in. It's coming down. Really coming down. Get second.
I don't know.
15 just took a big swing.
Yeah, I would guess that caught something. They were not concerned about it all, and then it just went sideways.
It might have grabbed something, Val, because we liked it, and then it just really came off and curled.
Kind of 15-2, so that should have been there.
Big shot here from Meg. Get this freeze right on top, and it's tough. There's your force opportunity. Even a little short of it, don't rub off.
Small bump. Let it work,
Okay. Pretty nice.
Thanks. That's sweet.
And after the measure, it was, in fact, only one for Quebec.
Too, so it's nice.
And Laurie Saint-Georges
I just worry
to tie it at 4.
Brilliant try, though.
I like the. Do you like the double?
We're going there. We have to try moving it.
Yeah.
It's that or play the double peel. But it looks like, does it go onto our yellow?
What's
No,
that?
I think it'll hit red out, and we'll probably hopefully stick the yellow raised one.
Do you want to call
I think we
time?
got a rip. I don't
call
want to get in
time?
trouble. Yeah.
Time.
Timeout being
this is
called
usually
by
where
Team
we end up
Canada.
getting in trouble.
That's the first of 2 available.
When we decide to do something soft instead of just get rid of everything.
But like you said, you're okay if you nose it, right?
So let's update while we have a moment. Nova Scotia against the Northwest Territories.
Well, Joanne Rizzo was hitting to lie 2 on her final stone and did not make the shot. So the opportunity here for Nova Scotia is to draw for 2, but she's electing to try to play a nose and roll her shooter in for 3.
Christina Black and the team from the Dartmouth Curling Club.
And Just will get the 2.
Just the 2, but that's enough to get them out in front 5-4.
I don't favor our angles on this because my shooter, like I have to nose it to make contact.
So let's commit to the back line shot.
So I think it's that or the double peel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the back line shot.
My worry about this is only like, if say we make it perfect, they're still freezing on us and cutting us down.
Well, if we,
I should get that
it
to
should
here,
just
though.
have to
Yep.
make it to about here.
On it,
And
Nose.
we're in the control zone.
This isn't awful.
That's fine.
Agreed.
Just back line weight.
Back line
Here,
right.
Val.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're talking about the options that they have. They can play that, and I think that's what they're going to go for. Backline, try and get a soft little roll on that red shot stone. The option is if they ever over curl and rub off that yellow, it's not so bad either because their shooter will roll into the rings.
We're top 40. Yeah, that's where we thought.
6 feet more.
Yeah. We'll keep it broom down. You got it.
I like this call. I think it's a little late. They talked about the double peel and maybe running that yellow back into the red shot stone, but it could go wrong really easily.
Back line, just through. Just through. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Just through. A little heavy. Yep. A little heavy. Whoa.
Brianne Mayer back and forth. Burchard now. Got him by both guards. Oh, and move it back far enough. Does just hit the 2.
What a great shot. Well called on the
really
line.
Really nice, perfect weight.
Yeah. Those shots are all about the weight. You overthrow that, you get nothing. You hit it high side. Well done.
Go. Good sweep. Atta girl.
They said my first one maybe grabbed.
It did, yeah. I had
Yeah, that little bit of brushing at the end made the difference of being able to sit the 2.
Back 4.
And feeling a little better about herself, too, after the first one she wasn't happy with.
Yeah.
I think similar.
Which wasn't her. It
The 90?
obviously caught something.
Perfect. Yeah. Really manageable.
Yeah.
Similar.
Big shot here. You need to freeze down.
I think we're all there. Back 12. Becky. Back 12.
Whoa. Rachel's rock, if anything. Just whoa.
Back 12. Back 12 still.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. Go. You can. Yep.
Okay. I missed a 20.
Sorry. Anywhere, even top 4, even if you weren't shot there, you have a chance to use it later. And it doesn't allow Team Canada to get in here.
Or try to curve them.
I'm gonna set up. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I have to hit it too early. So I'm thinking 15-3. Yes. Yeah, this side will run a little bit.
Hey guys, so like a speed's nice here. So
Yeah.
it's up to speed.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely that,
like
what
that.
you've been throwing pretty much here now.
Yeah, 15-3-ish.
Yeah.
They're on the same page.
Okay.
It's exactly what the brushers had already talked about is a 15-3.
Carrie Einarson and her first leads by 1 as we play here in 6.
Top 8, top 4. Mine only right now.
Mine only.
Top 4. Top 4. Top 8. It's coming down.
Gotta go for lead a bit. Top 4.
It'll slide though, Shannon. It'll
Top
slide.
4.
It'll slide. Whoa. We're a little deeper than we want to be. We're T-line.
No.
Oh, just that little rub to straighten it out.
Very good.
Yeah.
Nice. Good, Shannon. Good judge. Thanks. Yeah.
You wonder, I'm just wondering here, if that little rub now, had she been able to wrap it around cleanly,
We're a little deeper than we want to be. We're T-line.
would have been a different situation. Now, albeit a difficult shot, that little rub keeps it out there, gives it, Duncan maybe more of a target.
It does, but it's still geared in enough that I think it's a pretty tough shot. I don't think there's anything on that side. Maybe if you could see enough, and I don't quite have the angle, there might be a double, but I think it jams on the red, so probably getting forced to the in-turn draw.
There. Okay. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, I like it. So, like, here's perfect. Okay. That's not bad. Okay.
No, there's not enough to play any type of weight on the out-turn.
Like top button. Okay. If we corner face to ours, that's okay too.
All right.
Seems like a lot, but
I think it'll come up. Of ice?
Yeah. You think it'll come up?
Well, I think we are giving like a middle 12 for the button.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So I like it.
What do you like here?
Like similar to your last straw. Yeah, that 95, 4.
Yeah, 4-ish.
Okay.
95. Yeah.
Okay.
Picked up 2 in 5, and now in danger of giving up a bunch right now. It is Team Canada sitting 3, so a crucial shot for Holly Duncan and the team from Woodstock.
Beat the back.
Plan B would be freeze right on your own.
Right to the back one. We're there. Whoa. Rachel, if you can a little.
And to the back when they do come, and so they are sitting, it appears to be still the third shot, 1 and 2.
Yeah, 95. Okay. What did you
1 and 2 belong to Team Canada.
It could even be 3, Vic.
Yeah, that should be really close.
Well, a quiet tap here would all but give them the 4, correct?
It would. Just, a little bit heavy on that one, and then you don't get that finish. If she'd have got up to the nose, this would have been a little bit tougher for any more than probably a couple.
Yeah.
We're sitting 3.
Yeah, you got it. Okay, full 4.
Yeah, it looks like you are in right. Oh, Jerry.
This is fabulous.
I know. They are sitting 3, so a chance here for 4.
Smidge more would be close too. I like that.
Almost before it's released.
We need it. Yeah, we need
You can hear Brianne Mayer saying, I like that, just from the slide she knows.
Back 8.
Chance for 4, Burchard.
Need it for sure.
Staying with it all the way. Tap this just enough. Tap it back for 4.
Okay, good judge.
How do you like that?
Yeah. Good calling.
4 it is for Carrie Einarson. And the defending 2-time champions are all smiles.
I like that you used it because I was like, we can go.
9-4.
Good one. Good call, guys. Yeah, very good.
Before we go to break, let's go to British Columbia, Manitoba. And this is like turning back the clock, isn't it? There's Marianne Arsenault to throw with Jenna Schrader holding the brush.
Well, Marianne's elected to play the double. Matt got out of a tough end with a really good double on her first. Marianne went in, and the stone is just edge to edge open, but to score, she needs to make the double. Could have elected to play the draw.
Renee Simons on the left, Sasha Carter, and it will spin away. It's a steal of 1 at the back 8.
Well, you see, the double would have given her 2. That's why the call.
So Zacharias leads at 5-4. Saturday afternoon, our first Saturday here in Thunder Bay. And the 41st Scotties, the Tournament of Hearts, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship. And well, when you put up numbers like that, a steal of 3 and then a big 4 in the 6th, that's why Team Canada leads at 9-4 over Ontario. As we go to the 7th and last rock, the hammer belonging now to Holly Duncan, throwing the red stones. Shannon Kirchard.
Well, that 4 came about because of all 4 players. The input from knowing the paths and the speed and the plan B on some of the weight calls, just a brilliant end by this team.
Go! Hard! Little tap. Hard! T-line. Yep.
Oh, all right.
That's okay. Back a bit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't need, if you're Team Ontario, to eliminate anything. You just need to start moving things around to the back of the rings, create catchers and walls, and
Hack. Lean. Slow. Whoa. Lean. Yeah. Hack. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
If we ever need to get it later. All right, Shan, let's go now. Clean. Whoa. Clean.
Clean it.
Clean. Looks pretty close. Good. Thanks. Very good. I can't figure out top 12.
You like that? Yeah. So, top 4.
Okay.
You want to split?
yeah, just try and nestle another one in there. You've got that pocket.
Well, here we go. What do we say, Kathy? What a mess.
It is, but if you're Nova Scotia, you don't think it's a mess because it is 3 right now for Nova Scotia. That yellow stone that you see biting the top of the 8-foot, that was Joanne Rizzo's attempt on her draw on her first one, allowing Nova Scotia to draw into another. And so this needs to be much better than her first, needs to get to the hearts for the single.
Curling just 65% is Joanne Rizzo.
Okay, line's good.
Facing 3 with her last. Nova Scotia. And the team from Dartmouth, skipped by Christina Black.
Line's perfect. T-line all year. We have no backing. Make sure it's here. Yeah, you're good now. You can go now. You have backing. Go, Margot. You got to drag it. Hard, Margot.
Oh, this could be a game saver. And she'll come up a little light. Give up a steal of 1.
1 red.
Gotta go. You're right. Gotta go. Okay, Val.
And the run back stuffs. And Ontario is sitting second shot.
You can just draw over there.
Yeah, Val got unlucky on that one.
Good control. Okay.
You should run straight, right? Yeah. What do you think about that? I think it's a lot.
Good. I think it curls a bit on the center line.
Does it?
Always
Just like
didn't this way.
Yeah.
So
I guess
just control.
I just want to make sure we stick around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're down this many points and you're hitting. The risk is you ever roll out, you have to make sure you stay in the ring somewhere. Hope you can count it.
Get down. 11. 12. Easy. 10-5. Clean. 10-5. Yeah. Whoa. Clean. Girl. No, clean. Close. Yep. Hard.
Stay close.
Hard. Whoa.
Well done.
Good shot.
Shot in the back 12 of those 2.
Can you hammer that and get it spinning sideways?
You ever hit this one?
Doesn't it look
Either
like it's a
that or
natural
yeah.
nose hit, or is it just me?
That
But-
looks like it jams on the yellow.
Like, I
Do
think
we not
it's just high
hammer
enough
it into
to
the
hammer
crotch
it.
and then it spins off and...
I think
yeah,
so.
like that's what it looks like
Well,
to me too. I think
I
we
don't
just,
think this guy's
I think
going
it'll
anywhere.
go. If
Yeah.
we just hit it nose, it'll go over top. Even if it kisses
I think,
yellow.
I think you need 7/8.
Yeah.
Might.
7/8 on your side.
It'll still kiss it, but it should go out.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Like hit this and bring this to here is what you're thinking?
Yeah. I was thinking
We're
if
shot
we
over
could
the back
hit
one,
Yeah.
like the
with
side
firm.
one. So
Those
I think
side.
or even if we just... Do you like that?
Well, with firm,
I like
we're
hitting the
probably
top
losing
one
the warmth,
into
right?
the red
yeah,
one.
I was thinking maybe
Hoping
just
for
play
the double,
like a
but if you get
control
the
at
back
it,
one,
or
at
Yeah,
least
do you
you
think
get
like
it.
if we play the other one,
hammering.
we leave them a yellow double to sit 3?
Yeah.
Like my first thought is that it would go, but I get what you're saying. If we could hit it thick with control and save it.
Save it.
Yeah, I think so, Shannon.
What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, it's kind of
Kind of hitting this with either control and just rolling here and just nudging this
think
to
that's
here, or hammering that and
both are tough.
yeah.
If we
Yeah.
make that with control, I'm not killing either. My first thought was maybe
I think
this.
hammering it
I think
is-
so.
Yeah.
Like 7/8, Val?
I think with the score,
Yeah.
just making
Yeah.
them go away.
What
I
did
think
you
that's
say
the
last
one,
night
Val.
a number of times?
Yeah, just
Look at the
Just better
scoreboard.
results, even
Yep.
if we don't
That
make it
should
perfect.
tell you right away
I like
what
this
you
ball.
should be
Yeah.
playing.
well,
too.
and then you also look at what's the acceptable outcome of this end too, and I think that has to come into play. So,
Okay.
you know, you don't mind giving up a couple,
Yeah, we could even take a
and this
little
is the way to do that.
What did Russ's father always say? Think about what the other team would like you to play, and then don't do it.
Yeah, so true.
Okay, clean. It'll always break, I think.
No, it's just off the
Oh,
line.
it's a little
so
bit high.
floating. No. Just straight jam into it.
All right, that's okay. That's a good Val. They're gonna have to group theirs.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, they have to group theirs. So
I think it was just the difference of being off the line.
like
and
he's still
on the
here.
line,
yeah,
So
that button path is very, very.
But he's
curvy.
not.
No, he's
but
not.
great. Well,
Good eye.
He's
I was
missed.
never ever
Hit it down,
worried.
right?
Oh, don't go too far. Come on now. Gonna have me in tears.
Oh,
Easier shot, yeah. And whatever end it was.
Like the in-out?
In-out. Yeah, she threw this path.
Yeah.
And she went back 8.
That's true, yeah. Well, just because we're down, how many? 5? I mean, just need 2.
Okay, maybe just hit it.
3 would be great. Okay, you like the hit?
Yeah, control.
Okay. How's it?
Yeah.
Remains a 1 point lead for
Can I
Quebec
a little bit more? Yep.
as they go to wait. Steal of 1, putting Quebec up.
Yep, yep, yep. 10-5. Hard! Hard! Hard for Peter.
this is the side of the sheet that curls and down weight.
Wow.
I got 10-5.
Ticked it out enough to get third shot. Meg had a problem on that a few ends ago on the out turn, knowing that side curls quite a bit, and just threw down weight on it and can't hold them.
soft.
Yeah. Okay.
Not tight.
10-7.
So I won't go on it.
Hey guys. All right, Kara. Just rip it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you got it.
So this goes back to what we talked about. What's the acceptable outcome? 2 is acceptable, and so now she's got the opportunity to make this go away, and the most they can get.
Skip Stone. Carrie Anderson. Brianne Mayer staying with it. Get it by that one. They did. Wonderful brushing by Brianne Mayer.
Wow, she held that. That's a pretty straight
Good.
spot, too.
It was that back.
Good thing.
That's all right.
Okay.
You made it. I was so close to the guard.
It's a little snug, but
Yeah, I'd have your hair snug, but I wasn't worried until right before the rock.
yeah.
Probably could have went beside it.
I know I thought of that, but I was like, okay, but then I can be sure with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got come off of that.
Yeah.
And try and pick that out if we have to for our 2.
Yeah.
You freeze on it, she doesn't throw a good guard, we have a shot for 3.
Yeah,
And I don't think 2's enough.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Which side do we know better for weight?
This side?
This side? Okay.
Straight
Yeah.
ahead.
Just freeze right down on top of your red.
Okay.
These are so tough. They have to be perfect. You're off just a bit, and you know one red's going away.
I may call you. Sorry? I may call you. Okay.
Did you agree with Coach Barry Westman?
Depending how
It's 2's not enough. You got to go for it.
Yes, because on the other side,
Two's not
Team
enough.
Canada is thinking they don't mind giving up 2, so obviously it's not enough.
Their alternate is Julie Tippin, who we've seen before at the trials back in 17, leading to Pyeongchang.
Weight's close. To it.
Really running.
Small bounce.
What? Bouncing?
Back 4.
Straighter side of the sheet, too.
Back 4.
Back 8.
Okay, yep, go. Yep. Hard. Yep. All the way back.
Okay. Shoot, sorry.
Okay, sorry. I liked your split.
Yeah, I guess it's never.
This is where I went last time, so I think that.
What did they
think it
decide
was
on
right
right
there?
in
I think we're
there?
just guarding because they can't.
Yeah,
They can't
because
hit
Get
it.
a deuce if they.
Because
hit
it always goes
It's
back
straight
onto
to-
they've
theirs,
created
yeah.
a catcher at the back for Team Canada Stone, so just guard.
A guard care?
Yeah.
Okay, I like
Alright.
it.
So it's really good here.
Yeah.
So you can give us like 16, 5, 17.
Okay. Yeah, you threw this guard path before earlier in the game.
Yeah.
And seemingly on her way to another
Thanks, that's less than last time. Should be close.
opening game win. In control, up by 5, and
Line only.
has another point
Line's good.
in a stolen spot.
We're just nice and tight.
Sorry,
3.
I'm talking over you.
Seems fine.
3.
Line's really good.
3.
Yep.
All right, we're good. We're good.
Sorry, I didn't tell you what for.
No, it's okay.
Anything was good.
Point.
Good.
Absolutely perfect.
What did we say earlier, though? I think,
Nice.
you know, it
Very
just may
nice.
take them a couple of ends to find themselves. You know, we thought that they were getting off to a little bit of a shaky start. They did look like that
That would be super hard.
really through the first couple, and then it sort of got away on Holly Duncan.
Yeah, I had that other one that came
Well,
up.
you know,
right
we
here, right?
got to see a game last night, so we have a sense of the ice,
Yeah.
but they haven't been out, played a game.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what it does when you throw that extra weight. So it just takes a little
Yeah.
bit of time
Okay. So
on
do
where
like-
you put the broom down, and that's all I
there?
think it was to start with.
I was thinking a little less, if anything.
Wouldn't this be something?
Actually, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay, firm? Yeah.
Okay.
Angle raise?
Yeah, just trying to pick. You won't sit there for 3, but you'll definitely get a chance at a deuce. Just pick shot stone off the button.
Like with your shooter?
Yeah.
Megan Balzen calling line.
Yep.
Rachel Strybosch, Tess Bobby on the brush. Holly Duncan's last. And unless she makes this, it may be her last of the game. Angle it back. Has she got this? Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Oh, what a
Okay.
try to get just one.
So close.
Yeah, one it is. Holly just the single. Didn't catch quite enough.
Yeah.
Still Einarson up by 4. So the Scotties Tournament of Hearts returns to Thunder Bay. and the Fort William Gardens. But let's, Mr. Peabody, get into that Wayback Machine and set it for 1996. And Marilyn Bodo, representing Ontario, in the final against... Yeah, where is she? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, where are you? Where are you? You're not there.
Hiding.
Oh, my gosh. Marilyn Bodo picks up the win over Cheryl Bernard. 1996. Now, you had beaten her in the 1-2 page playoff.
We had.
You actually beat her handily. I think it was 12-something. And then you...
succumbed.
Fell over. And now, of course, Kathy, you were part of that as well. You and Connie Lalibert, weren't you?
We were. We could have taken out Marilyn in the semis, but we chose to let her play shot.
Thanks, Kath.
That's really good of you.
Little wider. Tight.
That is way, way back.
Halfway.
It's the last time I was here.
You know what? I was next door to this is the Fort William Curling Club, and that's where our catering is. And I walked through there yesterday, and I was having all these flashbacks of the Grand Prix that used to be run here. It was one of the best bonspils. And, of course, coming from Manitoba, all the teams went, the heart to heart. This has been such a curling community for such a long time. So awesome.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Yeah, watch that one too. Atta girl. Nice one. Shot.
Gets them both.
Really good.
Yeah, very good.
Good call. This is really close.
So Einarson up by 4 with last rock.
I found it interesting because Carrie's team was talking so much about being asked this year why their year, you know, wasn't as successful as I think people expected. And Kathy brought it up where she said, you know what, it is curling and you're not going to win everything. But I think the odd thing with this year with the trials happening is that a lot of teams have one thing they focus on through the season, and that is the trials. And so they don't seem to perform as well because they're trying new things, they're trying ticks, they're trying different ways of strategy, and so maybe the season isn't as successful, and you seem to see that every 4 years.
Good.
But now the trials is over, and you can see Team Einarson, Team Canada, their sole focus is this event.
A little surprised at the numbers we saw there with Shannon Burchard being out curled by Rachel Strybosch. That doesn't happen very often.
No, and I do think it was a little bit more icing, putting the broom down in the right spot.
Great shot. Good.
Not so much releases, but definitely figuring it out since the fourth end.
One more. One more. Yeah. Just try to.
Carrie's, you know, they're quite an aggressive team, but she's talked about it often at the beginning of an event that they want to settle in, take a couple games to be confident. Because as they've talked about, when they are confident, they get on a roll, they're tough to beat.
We mentioned that Quebec with a steal of 1 in 7 takes the lead, and
I don't even think it is
looks
for
like
one.
Alberta has a
Unless I go
chance here
all the
to
way
get
into
a
the
couple,
yellow, you mean?
if not more, back.
She does, and in
Timeout.
fact, it was Alberta that was chasing. She's calling a timeout right now. I'm not sure why. If she's thinking she can get to the crotch and maybe have the red go onto the yellow
Is it for 4?
and
If I
score
can,
potentially
like, can I just
4
nudge
if she
this
hits it
yellow one
properly.
over? Well, this always goes into this, right? So yeah.
If it's there to be worth it.
It sure would be. So there you see, you hit it in the crotch,
Close.
red goes
Might
onto
just
the
do a
yellow
tiny
at the back, and maybe you move that out and bring that red biting the 8-12 into play.
Oh yeah, that's worth it, Kath.
For sure. If you hit it on the
I think
outside, you
3
got 1
versus
for sure.
2 is huge though, and if you
Probably
nose this,
2.
it could only be for 2, right? Because this is going to under.
Yeah. Do
Roll
you think
that.
this is worth taking on, trying to get to the inside of this? And
The Alberta team of Laura Walker out of the Saville Community Sports Centre in Edmonton.
I just have to like move that a couple inches.
But it's been an end that Alberta was
I mean, I guess as
chasing
long
and
as you get
chasing, and
inside,
Kate
it's
Cameron
still
made
3.
2 very good freezes on hers. And then Laurie St. George ignored them and went around, and that red stone at the top that is shot stone was a soft weight hit by Laura Walker to lie the 2, and then Laurie St. George not able to make her final.
Meanwhile, Megan Balsden throwing third stones for Holly Duncan.
Get it biting hard, hard, hard.
And trying to grab a biter and will run out of rings.
At 3. Yeah. Okay, where are you seeing for this? I don't think yours is going to do what
She's
hers
playing
is.
it.
No. Do you like that?
Yeah.
Because I'm trying
There's
to get
Kate
to here.
Cameron.
I like
so
this.
that looks close. I really
Kate
like
Cameron
this.
at third. Nadine Scotland the lead. Taylor McDonald is the second. The Quebec team of Laurie Saint Georges from Laval and Glenmore curling clubs with Laurie Saint Georges the skip. Her sister Cynthia throws the lead stones. Emily Riley at second and Haley Armstrong at third.
There seems enough room, Kathy, to play it with the intern because unfortunately with this turn you have to wait for it to come up.
You do for sure. I'm right behind that, Cheryl. The intern would be like, you'd have to just be so focused on not hitting that guard.
Yeah, exactly. Even take the out turn middle of the rock. I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe she's throwing just down.
The final stone on the way. Decision made. Down by 1. Has right now 2 in her pocket. Can she add a couple more?
Just really easy weight, though.
Hey, whoa!
Through the hole, no problem. Now, can you just get this in the crotch? Move them enough. Bang, bang. Oh, there's enough. What a shot.
4.
Wonderful shot. Laura Walker to pick up 4.
Wow.
That took
Was
a big
that
jump
ever
again.
great?
When I'm like, hey, stop it, Nadine.
What wonderful weight.
Exactly. You know, you needed it for
I
that.
was like, Nadine has
You were
to
on like, as long as you got by the guard, you were still
In
gonna
her third Scotties appearance.
4, yeah.
Last year won the bronze medal.
Good eye. Good one.
I doubted you. I'm not. I know.
Yeah, they just keep getting better every time they get here.
Okay, let it work a bit. Whoa, then, whoa. No. Really running. Back 8, back 12. Really running. Yeah. Okay.
What'd you get on? 4. 13.6.
It's been a struggle for Holly. And this doesn't help. 54%.
That's okay.
Before that stone, and in fact the back end, Megan Baldwin just 66%.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Did she throw this
Or
one?
do we ever go here?
the updated numbers now at 68. So
Yes.
you need some help.
I think, yeah.
You need to
side
help
fours.
each other.
Well, and you've got Carrie Einarson at 80. That's, you're in
I think
tough.
if anything, probably her higher
Yeah.
than 8 balance.
Yeah. I think the lower might get us in trouble. Hey, guys. Great.
And there's the 80%, and look at that. That's
Center.
indicative, isn't it? She just was heavy on a draw at just 47%. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
And it's funny for Holly, it's the draws letting her down because that's the one thing I haven't seen her often over the years play, but her draws usually seem to be her go-to shot.
Top 4 T. All you.
T.
Curling now.
T.
There it goes.
Top 4.
There we go.
Yeah, we can go. No, we're close. We're close. Take a look. T line.
I think it's still close.
T.
Actually, here's fine.
Right
Here's
there?
Fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're there. Just biting forefoot.
Just so she can't catch on the 7. Get it out. That's good.
Good. Good.
Nice.
Good one, Carrot. That's a good spot. Good. Yeah.
Very nice.
Started so well for her,
15 is probably
with a very confident looking 2 in the
Same
first.
for you. Just let's wait.
Okay. Okay.
But then
You got it.
4 stolen points. As the wheels came off, as it were. And then that big 4 given up in the 6th.
But we talked about this pool too. I mean, they can start off like that against another team and not let down and give up some stolen ends. There's some room in this pool.
Right. And
Can't really decide who's going to get that 3rd spot.
but it's that confidence, I think. I mean, she said, look, we're the underdogs here.
All there. Whoa, then,
But if
whoa.
you're Ontario, what it would have done for you. And as I mentioned, I think
Line's good.
she even said, we may be catching her,
Top 4.
Einarson,
curl, right
at the right time because she hadn't been on the ice and playing competitively for a while.
Well, and she was right for the first few ends.
Good.
Oh, lovely.
Good shot.
But I think for Ontario, if you're going to lose to a team, lose to this team in your pool, let them run away with it and battle it out for those other 2
And
spots.
just a reminder, it's as we catch you caught up on the other scores, Nova Scotia by 1, Manitoba by 1, that it is an 9-team, 8-game round robin. Top 3 will advance.
Great, you got it. Yeah. Let's get rid of it, Carrie. You got it.
Make it go away. And bring all those others into play at the back. Final stone. Right now, slightly corner frozen is Ontario. Mayer again, all on its own. Go away and put 3 more on the board for Team Canada.
Good game.
And Team Canada
Good luck.
will open the Scotties with a very impressive win. It took a couple of ends to find their feet, but boy, when they did, look at this. Make the final 12-5. Team Canada is the winner over Ontario as they try to become the team that wins a 3rd straight championship. Nice to be back in Thunder Bay. Haven't been here for a while. Here now for the Scotties Tournament of Hearts on this opening Saturday. And we just saw a very impressive win by Team Canada as they win it 12-5 is your final score. As Holly Duncan struggles, particularly with her draw weight, and Carrie Einarson at 83%. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. So with our game over, let's move to Sheet C, and the game featuring British Columbia and the team from Kelowna, skipped by Marianne Arsenault, against Manitoba and Mackenzie Zacharias out of Altona, southwest of Winnipeg. Kathy?
Well, a really interesting last end. Both teams calling a timeout over something really innocuous. There was a very long, almost useless guard, but it was still in play. It was one of those, if you bury around it, can you get to it with a hit? Well, yeah, you can, but you try to use it. It wound up coming down to a force, and Marianne forced to take the one. This has been a game that Marianne Arsenault has held her team in it. She has played some wonderful shots. And I think on the reverse side, the Manitoba front end not playing particularly well, but Carly Burgess keeping her team very much in it for match.
So the Manitoba champions, as mentioned, from Altona, skipped by 22-year-old Mackenzie Zacharias. We saw them in the pre-trials in Liverpool, where they were eliminated by Krista McCarville. This is the second Scotties appearance for Zacharias. Last year in Calgary went 3-5.
Yeah, sure.
The former Canadian and world junior champion.
It was like 12-3, I think. Oh, I did have it first.
On the other side, there's Marianne Arsenault, now in a 15th Scotties appearance, 5 Canadian championships, all with Colleen Jones. Now finds herself living in Kelowna, or playing out of the Kelowna club, and has made the call to the former team of Kelly Scott, the 2-time champions. And so you've got Renee Simon, Sasha Carter, and Jenna Schrader joining her, and they are the BC champions. They beat Kayla McMillan in the BC championship. After initially it was postponed, they did manage to get it in.
Just here?
Whereas Manitoba had their championship, and it was Zacharias a win over Christy Watling.
Again, like here.
Can you be like top? Can you ever do this? Like on this side, just fully?
Yeah, it should go past here.
Yeah,
okay.
You like that or no? Or do you want to just come
Yeah, they're just concerned when they're looking at that double peel, which they will eventually play, of where that second stone will go. They don't want to set a catcher up in the rings.
I just don't want to leave them something to
We see Lori Olsen-John, behind the bench. She was their team leader when they went to the World Juniors and felt that they really got so much out of her. She's the one that comes out for the timeout and has really worked, I think, on the strategy, which may have been part of the challenge for this team in the past. Not the shot making, but the shot calling.
Top 8. Running. Top 8. We're there.
Lori Olsen-Johns, a former silver medalist at Scotties with Val Sweeting.
Running like it's up. Yeah.
So let's update Nova Scotia against the Territories. Final stone, Christina Black.
She tried to play a double on her first and just got one. That allowed Joanne Rizzo to hit to lie 3. That's what she is facing, but a nose hit is all she needs.
Good. The panic.
And what she gets.
I'm like, it's actually curling. I was a
So
little
it'll be a 2-point lead for Nova Scotia. And Territories will have last rock coming home. This is Sasha Carter in a 9th Scotties appearance. The 06-07 Canadian champions with Kelly Scott.
Oh, we're good. 6.
Full 4.
What a funny sound.
Sit. Good.
Good.
Now they'll start to open it up.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
where the broom is pretty close.
Before we got
it.
talking, I was going to say, and Kathy mentioned it, it's the strategy that Lori Olsen-Johns has had. Those 2 rocks in front that they're trying to remove right now are staggered. Why now, albeit they're BC stones, why would she not have gone Zacharias behind them?
Yeah, and I would have, because you know exactly what BC is going to do. They're going around, so get there first. Just don't be deep. You know, you play something to the wing, they're going around no matter what, so I would have gotten there first, and then you play the double peel.
Weight will determine how much curl, so.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to play with Lori for a few years, and she's a smart strategist. She knows the game, and well, she's a phys ed teacher. She knows how to coach too. She'll be phenomenal for this team.
Line will be good for 3.
2.5.
Just beside the line.
2.5.
Curl. Got a curl. Hard, Renee. Got a curl. Over here. Every bit. Got a curl. Push it, push it, push it. Every bit. Push it, push it. Every bit. Every bit. Go, go, go. Shot.
There is your former teammate. 3 Scotties appearances, and as mentioned, picked up that silver medal with Val Sweeting back in 15.
Yeah, she's turned her attention to coaching. She hasn't played as much in the last few years.
That's fine too.
Natural fit for her.
Into the pocket and spill both. I just don't want to leave them a pocket.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you like 9.5?
Yeah, 9.5.
I think we have to stick it there, though.
Yeah.
Just 9.5. Don't need to color them.
I like this call. You may wonder about leaving the guard, but if you have a chance to get shot stone, go for it.
Well, after giving up a big 4, Quebec and Laurie St. George trying to get themselves back in a little closer.
Well, she's got a chance for 2. She almost had a chance for 3. Laura Walker made a wonderful, very thin double on her final stone to remove 2 that were in play. Otherwise, this could have been for much more, but even 2 brings this game very, very close.
Good. Yeah.
And 2 it is
Down 1 without.
for St. George.
Good end. Yeah.
That was the game plan.
Her father, Michelle St. George, is there and compliments her daughter, who trails by 1. It'll be Alberta with last rock coming home. Jenna Schrader, all those years playing 3rd for Kelly Scott, playing now 3rd for Marianne Einarson. 7th Scotties for her.
As it goes, full 4, full 4. Go, 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 go. Okay.
Nice.
You know, there's another team we think about that came so close to going to the Olympics. They lost the trials to Shannon Clybrink.
They did.
That was back in 2005.
I'm trying to remember when Kelly retired. Was it 2015? I think they went to the Scotties and then she retired the next year.
Good.
great to see all of them back on the ice.
Nice. Saw you threw it nice. Three. Not quite a 3. 2.5. Okay, got to cross center a bit. Just across center.
Oh, it's really coming down.
A little more. That's good. That's good.
Oh.
Good.
Hey. Oh, it was closer than that.
Like same thing. I got like a hair on the outside. It's just really high. That's all.
They have to move ours.
It almost goes without saying that with the experience of BC and the youthfulness of Manitoba, you've got the age and experience against the youth vitality. You've got the oldest team in the field against the youngest team in the field in this first draw.
Just clean. Clean, you're good. Good card.
I really like Mackenzie's call to chase shot stone. They had the option of peeling the guard earlier, chasing shot, and you could just see it. And sometimes you'll never get a chance at that again. But it's working out well for them. And then I think it helped with Gina coming up a little bit light on her come around.
To 2. Hold it straight a bit, Renee. 2. Just a 2, maybe 1.5.
Easy for line.
Just across the line.
Easy for line.
Clean it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Sit. Sit.
It's going to be an interesting meeting when British Columbia does play Nova Scotia, because Marianne was mentoring Christina Black for many years, and they played in 3 Scotties together. But here she is now in a 15th Scotties appearance, and of course many of those and all those championships that she did win, 5 of them were with Colleen Jones, Marianne Arsenault, and her longtime teammate Kim Kelly at 105.
Still lost.
Timeout being called by Team Manitoba.
But what were you guys thinking for weight? Like 11?
11?
Yeah, I think I like that. Like, it's pretty nice here. It shouldn't curl like crazy. Like, if you're here, she has to make the double.
Yeah.
What do you like?
We're seeing this.
How much do you have of
2/3.
Good 2/3.
More than half. Like, as long as we don't do this.
Yeah. Card, you're going to have an open.
What does she do?
She probably sits 2.
And then you just pick it.
Whatever you feel more comfortable.
I really like the peel on the guard.
If you rip, for sure, you're sitting shot, but you're right. She's
Why?
going to tap
Well,
it back.
you peel that
You're gonna have
guard,
to make something
she sits
precise.
2, and effectively you're going to have an open hit to win the game. You chase this shot stone, which you don't really need to. If you ever just rub or you don't quite get it all, now you might be looking at a couple.
Go with your gut.
Yeah, I like it.
Easy early on the 3 too. Wait for the weight.
Lori.
All right.
She's talking about easy on the brushing early.
11.5?
You like, 11 and a half?
What were you saying?
How much do you guys have? Like here?
I think we can ice it tight too, right?
Yeah. I was thinking 11 if we hit the guard then.
Okay.
It goes farther. Do you like 11
It's not
or 11
wrong
and a
to
half?
chase it. I like, though, that they've got in mind that
How much,
the error would be to hit the guard.
Like right there.
Yeah, I like 11.
Solid half.
If we roll too far,
I like it. Like mine can move up pretty good at the end. I think it looks like
Even if we pick it,
Yeah.
11 in
she
there.
still has to deal with our shot
so.
roll.
It'll
Run
Yeah.
the line for a bit.
Yeah, I think so
We'll have a
too.
draw. You got it, Mac. Take your time.
Yeah, they're talking about, you know, if they roll too far, it gives BC the hit and roll behind the guard, but you still got the full forefoot.
You guys like that ice? Do you think smidge less?
I don't mind a smidge less, just because the center line, I think I can hold it.
Careless!
Yeah, I like it. Right on center. They're good, Mac. Hold that release. Nice and easy. You're all there. Let's go.
They had a couple of wins on the tour this year. Zacharias looking to pick up an early win here. Very nice.
Right over. Really nice, Mac.
Nice shot, Mac.
Just a beautiful throw.
Had a girl. Nice shot.
Yeah, it stopped on the right side.
Really
okay, good sweep. Yeah. Good call, Lauren.
Not a lot of options. You make this double roll and hope.
What's your roll, Sash? Okay.
Would you, I mean, maybe it's not a shot to make, but would you ever think of trying to, well, again, you've got the long guard, maybe I've answered my own question. You draw down to the back of the button, put it at the back.
You know, you would. I've seen teams consider it, but I think to your point, the guard's in the way. You can't really get around it.
You're right. Got them both. Got to get them both. And will not.
Okay. Thank you.
Try.
Good game, you guys.
And thank you very much. That'll be it.
Good game.
As Manitoba will pick up their winning point in 10 to open this Scotties with a 6-5 win is your final over BC here in Thunder Bay. As we wind down this opening Saturday first draw for the teams in Pool B, we turn our attention to Alberta against Quebec. The Alberta champions Laura Walker out of the Saville Community Sports Centre, Quebec. Laurie Saint-Georges from Laval and Glenmore Curling Clubs. And that 4 scored by Alberta in the 8th is the difference. She also has last draw coming home as Saint-Georges has called a timeout prior to throwing her last.
And it's really not about shot selection. It's a combination of the clock and really thinking about where to put the broom. Some really good tick shots by Alberta opened up the front early, and there is that long guard. I think that for Laurie, the challenge is that even if she makes it perfect, Cheryl, there's going to be a quieter weight shot to get access to it.
So where are you going to go here, Cheryl, with this?
Yeah, I think as high as you can so that there isn't as much time for it to curl once it gets by that guard. Yeah, that's the trouble. You need that guard to be much tighter.
So just biting the 8, would you take
would be
that?
Perfect.
Or, yeah.
Any deeper and you can get at it so easily. Even top 8, I'm not sure you can't either.
Right rock. No line's good. Gotta curl a bit. Gotta curl a bit. Gotta curl. Hard.
Down by 1, needs to make this count. Trying to help this over now is Cynthia Saint-Georges. And around they go. It may be peaking, though, on that out-turn side.
Yeah, they got a little caught in wanting to get it to curl. Oh, it's pretty good.
Do you have any of it? I mean, it's really high, but... Okay. Got a bite 4. Got the button.
Really well done.
You got it, Laura. I know.
Smizing.
Usually I'm staring, trying to figure out, like, who is that?
Nova Scotia picks up the win 7-5 over the Territories. So Christina Blackett of Dartmouth is the winner over Carrie Galusha from Yellowknife.
Right before.
I was 55.
Laura Walker 78% on her draws. Final stone.
Here goes, really starting to curl.
18.
Okay, it's really starting to move.
Scotland on the left, Taylor McDonald on the right. Kate Cameron calling. Line
14.
needs full 4 foot. Oh, now she's back right away. Needs that 4. It's got to settle down. Settle down. Oh, it'll go too far.
We go to another end.
And Saint George
okay.
will steal in the 10th to force the extra. We're even at 8 and going. One more.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you in part by Purex Bathroom Tissue. Try soft and strong Purex. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. By Home Hardware, Here's How. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Now the waterfront here in Thunder Bay and all the berths all frozen over, of course. The shipping season actually ended just about 2 weeks ago. The last ship left to go down through the lakes and out the St. Lawrence. As we welcome you back, going to an extra. Alberta and Quebec tied at 8. After that steal of 1 on the missed draw by Laura Walker, but Walker will have the last rock, has the hammer. Again, playing the Red Stones against Quebec and Laurie Saint-George.
Line's good.
Emily Riley.
Just over. Really just over.
Well, you couldn't ask much more as a skip last end. Nadine making 2 beautiful ticks. And leaves Laura the draw to the 4 foot.
Right.
She did that in the provincial final too. Right. 2 great ticks to win that game against Scheidegger.
Okay. That's fine, Em.
2/3.
Shouldn't do much here.
Taylor McDonald, 3rd Scotties appearance for her.
You're okay, Queen. Follow it, Kate. Good girl.
And gets them both.
Nice shot, buddy.
Thanks. It's okay.
Nice one, Tay.
That's okay.
All there.
Riley, the 3-time Quebec junior champion.
Line's good. What do you think? Easy, 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 easy.
Good, Em.
16-6. Good, Em.
You just can see every time this Alberta team gets back to a Scotties, they build a little bit more confidence and experience together, and they get stronger. And one of these days, the opportunity to get to that final and win the opportunity to get to a Worlds.
Good. That's a bit of a different throw.
On est un peu plus tight, là. Non, la ligne est bonne.
I gave it a little
ici,
bit.
c'est bon. Ici, c'est bon. Ici, c'est bon.
Line's good. Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Good sweep, guys.
Good. Good shot.
Oh, that slider of Kate Cameron.
Clean. Good.
Is that a metal slider?
It is.
That, you know who the first person I remember?
Well, sorry, she doesn't have a metal slider, but it's on her broom.
Oh, okay, that's what it is. Do you remember who was the first? Do you remember he wore a metal slider on the ice? Pat Ryan.
Pat Ryan?
Pat Ryan.
Yes. And it was split too, wasn't it?
And you just would rock it out. Then you get into that cat-like position after he'd thrown it.
It's called a cobra, what that she puts on there.
Her
And
brim.
so, yeah, and so there's no bouncing on the ice. It's just like it takes away nothing from her delivery.
Oh, it looks fine.
Haley Armstrong
17.
lost the Canadian Junior Final to Kristen
Good.
Streifel of Alberta in the 2017.
Such a weird noise. You're wrong.
You can hear them say, you actually talking about it. There you go. Listen.
Whoa, whoa. Clean. You're okay. Good.
It's not a lot of decision for shot selection for Team Alberta, but eventually St. George is going to have to decide what to do on her last one, whether you just saw Laura miss the forfeit for a draw. You could guard or you could split center, maybe top 12 and kind of get in the way of a draw.
Deux, c'est bon.
Lori, are we going tighter or where are we going?
Just 2.
Okay.
2 is fine.
See what she decides on her last.
And of course, the biggest stolen point was in that last end, 10 to force this extra.
C'est correct, ça? I just want to make sure.
Timeout.
Like this one, is that fine or? Is it fine if this one is red? Okay, okay, sure.
So the umpire will go to the hog line and we'll do it old school. Might be a battery problem.
Yeah, and I love that they don't delay it to fix
No.
it. Just go to the hog line and let her stay in her groove.
Line's good. That's okay. Easy on the line.
No, the line's fine.
Yeah, M's rock though. Just clean it. M's rock. This is good. This is good. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Yep, a little bit. Yep, 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 yep. Good.
Taylor can really hold.
Okay,
This spot's quite.
So I'm going to assume here
Taylor can really hold it if she
you
needs to.
want,
And you, like, almost
if you're Quebec,
No.
to make Laura Walker draw again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to come up, be, I guess, rock positioning now. You've got one in. Where will you go with your last one for Quebec?
I think you'll split center, just biting forfeit, so she can't hit it to score. And then it makes the draw tougher. The scoring area is smaller. There's a rock in the way.
But first things first, get rid of this one. Laura Walker.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
here
you gotta
first.
go. Clean.
Alberta has won
Clean.
8
You're good.
provincial titles or Canadian titles. The last was Chelsea Carey in 19. Quebec with just the single win, 1975, Lee Tobin.
So you could go right there. And then you
Why?
hit it. It gets in the way of the draw on both
Like just
sides.
bite the black there.
This draw, this kind of gets in the way. The other option I've seen, if you know the draw on one side or the other, is you could kind of do this too. Just depends what Laura's played
Then
and
we're still-
where you've seen her
Yeah.
make the draws.
Plasma. Yeah, that.
Donc, si tu le mets, il faut que tu gardes ça, tu comprends?
Mais non, c'est elle qui a marqué. Ah, ok, ok, c'est ça.
C'est ça?
Ah, j'étais comme.
Tu comprends, là?
Ben, non, mais je pense que. Ben, ouais, ok, j'aime ça. J'haïs pas ça. Sauf que, tu sais, c'est ça. Faut qu'on soit.
So it's like the same ice you've been giving then.
I agree. I like that.
So putting the stone on the 8 foot on the side of the center line, trying to reduce the area to draw to, and also making it really tough that she can't hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Ouais, je pense que là, c'est bon.
I like
this
that.
here.
Yeah.
Kathy, do they know
I
something
think so. I
about
just
the
feel like if she hits the
intern?
goal this, like, she still makes it. But.
You know, I'm thinking back through this game a whole lot, and it's actually a pretty straight spot. It's not tricky. So if she slides deep,
I know.
You like that?
I know
Yeah.
it will not be a challenge.
You got it.
I might, in that case, just split center.
Yes.
But
like
would I be
higher.
covering this one?
I guess she's just trying to be 1-2 and force you to draw, but
Yeah.
There you go.
we see this path.
You can hear Kate Cameron saying to Laura, that's what they're trying to do, make you draw.
Oui. Tu sais, si on est capable de bite le 4 un peu, c'est bon. Mais on la joue safe. On la joue safe.
Line's good, all you. Heavy. It might come down.
Hey, taboo.
Full eight's perfect.
Final stone here in this extra, already sitting one T-line 8
Really
foot.
curling.
Would love to just put it in a spot to force Laura Walker to draw. And it's a big scrub. Cynthia St. George and Emily Riley. Oh, she's going to come up way light.
That really, it looked like a lot of ice. That moved a ton.
That's fine.
Could go more to hold it and the good stuff.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I think it's just slower because, like, all the other sheet.
Well, there's something we sometimes forget about. You know, the airflow changes with all the other sheets now.
This is a little more ice.
All the
than what
games
she was
complete.
I did think she was.
Yeah, it can happen, and so then that can also happen to Laura.
And that was heavier.
Was that a 30?
Yeah, you wonder what goes through her head now, having just overthrown. So, having just thrown one through to force this extra, Laura Walker for the win. Needs full 8, maybe even a little bite of that 4 foot.
Gotta be 4 foot. Line's good. Keep it out there, Nadine. Okay, line's good. Hers really busted. Starting to really go.
Interesting, that's what
You
they
gotta
see.
be
They
4
said
foot.
hers really busted. Laurie St. George really took off on her. And now coming out and in a hurry. Here we go. It's everybody. Cameron, McDonald, Scotland, Big Carey. Can you get it there? And look at this. She'll come up light, and it will be a stolen win for Quebec.
Good game.
So they stole 5 points.
Good job, guys.
They stole points in 10 and 11 for the win over Alberta. Final is 9-8 as Alberta lets one get away from them after they scored 4 in the 8th to take the lead. 4 unanswered points by Quebec give them the win. And now trying to figure out what went wrong for Alberta and skip Laura Walker. We're back with you at 7 Eastern time. We'll get our first look at Saskatchewan and Penny Barker out of Moose Jaw. She had the night off last night when Pool A got underway against Team Wildcard number 1. Tracy Fleury usually skipping that team. Of course, she's in quarantine, and we're told now for another couple of days at least. So Selena Negevin will handle the team. Till we talk with you again, thanks for joining us here in Thunder Bay. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is on Canada's sports leader, TSN.